Let's talk. I said there's power in these words, so let's talk. Let's talk. I said there's power in these words, so let's talk. Yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. If I don't talk to you, a treasure in this message, so I gotta drop a couple jewels. Did it for my people, need some guidance, and they seek it true. Tired of propaganda, and they sick of being lied to. There's power in these words, so let's talk. Yeah. So let's talk. I said there's power in these words, so let's talk. Yeah. So let's talk. I said there's power in these words, so let's talk. Yeah. So let's talk. I said there's power in these words, so let's talk. So let's talk. So let's talk. I said there's power in these words, so let's talk. Yeah. So let's talk. I said there's power in these words, so let's talk. Yeah. So let's talk. Sharing knowledge like college, corruption and all the violence. We talk about all our problems. We turn our words into power when all our heroes is dying. The media making them monster black leaders stripper. They honor like history, they rewrite it. There's power in these words, so let's talk. Yeah. So let's talk. I said there's power in these words, so let's talk. Yeah. So let's talk. I said there's power in these words, so let's talk. Yeah. So let's talk. I said there's power in these words, so let's talk. Let's talk. I said there's power in these words, so let's talk.
Camera. Hey, my people, what's going on? This Major TV. Let's talk. Have my bro Zulu from Talk Black New Radio in the building. OC the Great gonna be coming in. Right now, we just gonna start without him because we were supposed to start at 7. We had a couple things we had to take care of. I want to thank everybody that's tuning in. We appreciate you. It's number love when I win. Peace. Shalom. Hope you had a good day. Peace and blessing everyone out there, I'm gonna let my man Bro Zulu say some words.
What's going on, family, man? Appreciate y'all for tuning in to Major TV. Let's talk, man. Y'all know how we do when we get together, man. It's nothing but love and positivity, man. So hope everybody had a positive and productive week, man. I told y'all last Sunday. Hope everybody accomplished some of their goals this week, man. And hopefully some of y'all stuck to it, man. So appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Much love and respect to y'all.
Do me a favor, y'all share the video right now. Get the word out. There's a big thing going down. Media TV, OC the Great, and Bro Zulu with Black Talking Radio is going down tonight. We're gonna talk about some real deep issues, and we're definitely challenging those of you who are in doubt or wondering how to build a strong black nation. We for self-determination, yes. We for claiming our own and moving on. You know what I'm saying? To something better for us. Because obviously this country is not appreciating black people and their contribution. Okay. I see you, Black Star. Peace. S7. I see you. What's going on? Hello, Black Nation. Happy rising. And yours be fine.
Hey, yo, y'all let us know if it's lagging on y'all end, man.
Right. Let us know the lagging on our end. Let us know if you can hear us and everything, because right now we have some technical difficulties on our end, so we freezing and moving at the same time. What's our call? What's happening? Much love to you out there. Shalom, Olivia. Peace. My man Gary, what's happening? What up, Major? TV's Surprise Brother in the house. Black love, nothing. Not hating on nobody, just loving our son, grandma's all day, every day. It's my young bro. He literally stayed less than 2 miles from my house. So it was a blessing that we wound up linking up and stuff like that. It's real family to me. I hold him dear to my heart, like I hold every black person, but we do have a special bond, and it's all good, And we just want to thank you for tuning in. Sheila, I see you, baby. Shalon, be one for sure. Virginia, I see y'all. What's up? I'm Shalon. Just be black all day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my girl Geneva and you. Where she at? Two names popping up. Okay. I'm all over the place. What are these names just popping up? They just coming here around. All right. Peace, Geneva. Hello, how you doing? Glad to see you. Glad you jumped in. Been a while to see you on one of the lives. Appreciate you. This is going down. Hey, Mom. What's up, brother? Peace.
Peace to Edda. Don't skip over Edda now. I done seen her skip over her name. Go ahead, post her
Peace, Edda
comment.
Shalom, baby. How
There
you
you
doing?
go. That's all right. I ain't gonna let him skip you, sis. He done went to Geneva. I got you. What's up, Patrona? We got
You
you.
don't know bad for saying that. It's cool.
I
ain't just jumping all up.
Nah, bro. Hey, we going in order, bro. Going in order.
It's moving fast. He being messy, y'all. I love all my sisters and brothers out there. Lorraine Muhammad, Shalom. What's up, Queen? Patrona, what's up? Peace, Shalom. What's up?
I hope I don't be messing her name up. It's Patrona.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Black spirit, Black warrior spirit in here. Salute. King, what's up? I see you. Noretta, much love. All day, every day. Linda Williams, what's up? Good evening.
You know what I love about y'all? It's like we all related. Cause like the same people being in the lounge on my platform. You know what I'm saying? So
all day, every day.
It's like one big happy family, man. It's crazy.
All day, every day.
What's going on, Sean?
What's up, Eric? What's happening? Eric Gates in the buildings. Salute to you and your fam. Our people in the building right here. Salute. Shalom, Sean. What's happening? Everything good. Kings and queens waiting to hear that fire as always. For real. Lovely K. What's happening? Distant relatives, you say, Ron.
What?
Say distant relatives. Ready?
Yeah, yes, sir.
All right. Well, thank y'all for tuning in. Tonight we're gonna do something special because a lot of time we talk about issues that affect us, and we just talk about it in the sense of whereas we don't come with the solutions as we should. We mainly just paint those pictures, and sometimes we give minute solutions. But now we about to go all the way in. So one thing I ask for you to be open to growth. A lot of us not open to growth. There's someone that's willing to sit down and just learn. But a lot of us, we get an age, or we go to believe in things, especially things that's brainwashing. We tend to not be open to growth. So tonight, open your mind, open your ears, open your eyes. There's about to be some fire coming from this brother and I as well, OC, when he come in. And we just want y'all to just receive it because our situation can be fixed. We really want to fix it. But it's not something that we should sleep on or take for granted that something's going to fall out of the sky and everything's going to just be all good. Or one day we're going to wake up and we're going to just get these blessings and get this empowerment we need, uplift our people and take things to the next level. It's just not going to happen like that. So, let's get with it. That's all I'm with, bro.
I got you.
It's over here, bro. I think. I want to discuss something with y'all that's very deep. Him and I have been talking about it for a minute. Y'all know Japan got hit with 2 nukes, atomic bombs, something that never happened in history, right? And they killed thousands of thousands and thousands of thousands of Japanese. Y'all know about China, right? Opium war with Britain in the late 1900s. Britain was making a lot of money off the opium, and China wasn't for it, so they had a war, and they wound up fighting for years until they decided to do a treaty, and that's how Britain got Hong Kong. And then another 56 years later, World War II kicked off, and prior to that, Japan backdoored them while they had their own internal wars going on. Japan got in there was accurate of seizing and controlling the land, but due to World War II and whatnot, and we know what happened with Pearl Harbor, Japan bombing Pearl Harbor, the United States got involved. The United States was supporting World War II from a distance, sending weapons and stuff, food and all that, what have you, but they wouldn't want to get involved. They were more nonchalant until Japan did what they did hit Pearl Harbor. Well, anyway, once World War II was over and China got a country back, they did another treaty for 99 years with Britain, and recently, like a year or two ago, they wound up 2-3 years ago, they wound up signing a treaty giving Hong Kong back, right? And so the Jewish community, we know about the Holocaust and everything during the time that they was captivated by German and a lot of these white countries, because the Jews have been going through a lot with a lot of countries was going through, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just only using the analogy. It's only an analogy with the Jews because I feel like I'm gonna talk about this. That's another conversation another day. But I say I brought the Jews. Y'all know about the Holocaust. Y'all know about Russia, United States, all these white countries. They had an interest in like actually demonizing them. What Adolf Hitler did, put them in gas chambers and what have you. But I'm gonna use these 3 examples and we're gonna just go from here. Japan, they could never have an army like they had before, right? United States would never give them the ability to build like that. So they waged a war in a whole other way with technology. I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, I don't know exactly. They was up there in technology until we went to catching up with them, of course, right? But they was like by far one of the greatest countries that produced technology on a large scale, right? And that's the way they wage a war. They concentrated on educating their kids, thinking 10, 15, 20, 30 years, 4 years down the line, right? The ways they war, right? And they wind up taking their country to the next level. And look at China. China focused on manufacturing, but also technology and a host of other things. And that's how they wage their war, right? When I say wage a war, it's not just a physical war. We hear about the Cold War with Russia and the United States and what happened with that, right? But that's what this is. It's really a Cold War going on. And you like the Jews, they took over the banks, the media, and so forth, so on. They waged their own war. As black people, I feel like our opportunity was music. We had a chance to take advantage of music, and we never did that. So as a result, we've been dumbing down, reducing them, and insane. And all these people I'm talking about, they had things they had to deal with as a race, right? To come together, but at least they had some kind of system or something they created that can galvanize bring people together. With black people, just in the United States, I'm not even talking about the islands, South America. I just talking about the United States because, believe it or not, we probably the most advanced out of all these countries, right? The United States, and I just feel like we had a chance to really wage war in reference to concentrating our energy on taking over the music and other industries, right? I'm just throwing music like I know we over flooded and flipped it with hip hop and so forth, so on. And my thing is, that's one thing we have to be focused on. This is the first thing I'm talking about. We have to find something or something to exploit. Mm-hmm. That we have to find something to exploit. Too much don't understand that in a subliminal way, we are told we can and cannot do it. We don't even know it. The media play all kind of mind games. Education system play all kind of mind games orchestrated by the government. So if we don't understand that the whole scheme and plan is to keep us subjugated, enslaved mentally, and believe in false narratives, that's why we gotta be careful. That's why I say imagery is everything. That's why what you project What you say and do does matter. We try to justify everything that's ignorant. We try to justify everything that's belligerent because whether we want to separate, even though we might flip words and flip something. Subliminally, I will mind a little bit more because we arguing about something we should be arguing about. So I'm gonna let him come in on this because me and talked about it earlier. I just want to lay what our first bullet point is gonna be about. And I want to use them three. I want to do those three groups of people: Japan, China, and the Jews. You know what I'm saying? And just use them for example how war been raised against them, and how they went into a Cold War type um way of getting back on top and dominating and being able to maneuver without it really get to the point where it had to be war with any one of them. It was very like on some intellectual way of thinking about how to deal with the oppressor or the powers that be and still survive and do real good as a country and as a people.
One thing that I think is real important that we could learn from the Japanese is purpose of life. One thing that I believe that sets us back generationally is one thing individualism and our purpose of life, or what we think is our purpose of life. And what I mean by that is we're not actually using our time here on this earth while we're here healthy and living to actually do something that helps carry on your destiny or your family name into the next generation. And the one thing that Japan did differently was they told their nation what you're supposed to do, what you have to do, so they could help build their nation. And as much as you think that they might be bad because they don't allow certain things on their airwaves, they don't allow their citizens or the people of their countries to do certain things that we may have quote unquote luxuries that they don't have. But what's so good about being able to listen to negative rap music that creates violence? You know, these are things that they don't allow on their airways for the most part. They control certain websites. And if you have two households, one household, they were socially and emotionally comfortable and happy because they were allowed to participate in what society deems acceptable. Then you have another household who knows and has a plan, and they know, listen, we either running this business and I'm going to raise my kids to run it and we're going to learn something, or we going to all pitch in to accomplish a goal. And that's one thing that we don't do. We rather be socially more emotionally comfortable in doing things that make us happy that don't bring us nowhere. And if we just look at all the amount of Jordans and shoes that we bought, all the pairs of True Religions, you know, all the amount of, you know, tree you smoke, a lot of us would have $10,000 in our bank account right now, thousands of dollars. You know what I'm saying? And all this stuff that we've been taught to think is okay is simply made to take you off track. Because if you sat down and said, you know what, let's buy a store, let's own this corner store, let the family work it. You know how much money these corner stores probably bringing in a year? All them cigarillos, everybody buying. So it's like when I was coming up, I just imagine what the people that I thought was corny when I was growing up that I wouldn't hang with because they wasn't having the fun that I was having. I just can imagine what the hell their life is into right now, what they're doing with their children. And it's almost like, you know, I just say that we gotta do better and we gotta figure out, you know, how to get ahead of the curve. And like when I mentioned about the 10 people staying together in one household, all putting their money together in one pot, you know, that sometimes, a lot of times, the ego rides more comfortably you accomplishing that goal on your own. And actually the system is set up for you to not even get to that hill on the mountaintop. So it's like, what do you the purpose of life? Individualism has really messed us up. Thinking we supposed to be cool, having fun, be pretty, have swag, just do all this stuff that just don't take you to the next part. You know what I'm saying? So that was what I wanted to add into that.
Well, how you feel about the black community as opposed to everybody that really unites and don't have a culture? Because when we compare them to the Jewish community, we compare them Japanese community, we compare the Japanese, Chinese community. They have a culture. We don't have a culture, so how we fight? Because see, you were saying about the rap music and how we are digesting a lot of not the pop. We ain't talking about we look at positive rap music. We talking about native rap music that talk about actually killing each other, robbing each other, violating each other, talking bad about black women, just talking ignorant, focused totally on black people, nobody else. They're not talking about the racism like we talking about. They're not talking about the corrupt government. They're not talking about the powers that be that subjugate, control, as well as destroy in every way they can do it. But again, to you, talking about how we digest all this negative music and what have you, and knowing we have no culture, we have a subculture from whites, meaning we create our own language and made the N word cool, created the ER off and put the L on it. We decided to take the English diction and switch it up and be cool with it and not pronounce it the way it's supposed to be pronounced. We pronounce it, well, we sound be cool, Ebonics or whatever. But
Ebonics, yeah.
How we convey what we trying to say right now to black people. I'm not talking about nobody in particular. Anybody that's lost, anybody don't know what we talking about, anybody that's concerned about wanting to do better. How can we get what we trying to say? And not just in words, but with our action too. How are we able to get that across?
Well, man, my man Kwame Ture, man, shout out to the brother, man. All honor to him. And he basically said he noticed how good he was at where he was in his life by how long it took him to convince somebody to want to rise up or ascend. And it's almost like if you go to the person who don't care about nothing, how long will it take you to talk to them about worrying about purpose for life or trying to change where they're at? But to the people that already are feeling like they want change, you got to make them understand and realize that we can't make the same mistakes that we made in the past. We got to take a look at all the people that have been great and that's great now and learn from all of their mistakes and put it together in one pot. And one thing about it is, I don't care what black person you talking to or what poor person you talking to, but we talking to our black brothers and sisters. All of us want change. All of us want a better way of life. And I could see that because I know brothers and sisters personally over there in the UK fighting for a better life now. Now that, we out here connecting with our brothers and sisters trying to make a better world. And I'm seeing across the world, across the globe, no matter what side of the ocean you on, we all want the same thing. So when it comes to how you convey that, you just got to make it simple. Right now, what's our block? Our block is our cohesion and how we getting along together, how we networking. What's our love in the community for each other? Because if more people had actual love, they would have pushed that police officer off of George Floyd. But because we so, just like you said, we so mentally controlled, we follow all these laws and ain't never went to no law school, no law class or nothing. So that means we mentally beat and mentally trained in the back of our minds subconsciously. So we just gotta keep it simple for the people. Listen, you know why you get treated the way you do? It's because if I disrespect you, I know nobody's coming to your aid. Nobody's sticking up for you. And that's one of the things that we need to change. We need to change on how we're sticking together. We need to change what we're doing with our money. They say the black dollar only stay in our community less than who knows, however long it takes, less than a minute. It go from our paycheck straight to the bill man or back to the bank because our account was overdrawn. It go to the weed man, drug man, grocery store, where you got in other communities, the dollar is circulating a lot more, you know, because they all own the same infrastructure. So I believe that's very important in our community about talking about just the basics, the dollar, our black love, and our black unity. You know what I'm saying? What we're doing with our money. You know, if there's 5 of us in the house, we don't need 3 Netflix accounts. You know what I'm saying? 4 car insurance plans. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot of ways that our money, if we spent it in a better way and put it to better use, it'll be able to more positively affect us. You know what I'm saying? What you think?
I think this. I think as a people, a lot of us probably are distant from understanding a lot of stuff that's going on, right? I believe that we need to have a model set up for black people.
Mm-hmm.
We need to have established businesses, property. And I feel like as we grow, we can incorporate a lot of cultural and knowledgeable things that black people need to know. And I was telling OC when we had did um our last live that we have to do everything on the fly now. You know, we have to really, and I'm talking about those who have age, the younger kids, you want to take them slow and whatnot, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the schooling and whatnot. But people our age, your age, or whatever, you know, they really playing catch up. Because we supposed to learn we as kids about what we talking about now.
Yeah.
And we know this country don't teach us this, right? And we know our parents wasn't teaching this here. But bottom line, I feel like for people that's older, you know, we have to concentrate. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, people gravitate by examples more than anything. When they see you doing things in the community, like you have a business, and you say you're hiring black people, and you know the Afrocentric twist to it, and you may even be a part of some kind of organization that promotes Afrocentricity or some kind of black thought or black thinking. And that think is a very creative way of actually teaching our people, because a lot of people, they far gone. And right now, how we have to deal with, we understand just raising a child is so freaking hard. You got to deal with the media, the schools, when they're out and about in the streets. They got to deal with their peers. They have to deal with the music. They got to deal with everything that's totally against what you stand for, totally against what you're trying to do. So we have to reinforce. You know that old African proverb said to eviscerate a child. And see, the problem is we so disconnected from each other, we don't realize how important it is for us to come together as a black people and help raise black kids. It's not just no mom or dad or no parent. It's the community that help raise these kids. So for me, I believe we have to lead more by example, because I believe we talk too much. I believe we just actually think when we say things, the people gonna just gravitate, want to automatic follow what they saying, their instructions, and go read and blah blah. When everyday life they got bills, they dealing with complexity in the home, they dealing with the job situation, they're dealing with the self-hate situation, they're dealing with a lot of things that when we are speaking to them, whether through video, lecture, or what have you, or just around people trying to advocate black empowerment and doing for self and knowing history. We don't realize that these people are dealing with. We don't realize that we know, but we don't realize that we say these things and we leave. They still got to deal with it because they're still trying to figure it out. Well, we figured it out already. We have to lead an example. That's what I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah, that's important, man, because one thing that kind of changed, I grew up in the 90s, and I feel like in that era, probably up until about 95 and after '01, a lot of OGs got removed.
I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Sorry.
Hold on, let me get this straight. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hold on, man. I don't know what's up with my. Now I gotta fix the camera. My fault. I don't know what happened. Peace to the guys. Hold on.
Yo, peace, God. How you?
All right, I'm gonna let them finish talking. I interrupt his thought. Just get yourself together. You come in, bro. We gonna do the thing.
Yeah. Take me off, and I'm gonna fix it.
We're gonna mute you. We're gonna mute you. All right.
So
I'm gonna just...
one thing that we lost, for me growing up, we had a lot of OGs, double OGs, triple OGs that were still living, that were still free from behind the walls. And they was actually, you could actually look up to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never grew up in the 80s or nothing, like seeing people like, Frank Lucas and Nicky Barnes, but in the 90s, you still had some strong people in the streets, some strong men, some strong brothers out there. So we lost a lot of that. After, a lot of these people, lost their lives to the, to the streets, they went to the system. So you had a lot of strong brothers that were gone, and you had generations of children that was just growing up without their father in their life, without somebody that could give them certain advice. So the only thing they could go up to, listen to, was a rapper or the TV. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna have an effect of what you see today. You know what I'm saying? It's like if everybody, skinny jeans ain't cool, my brother. You know what I'm saying? But the person that was there, that was gonna tell you that is no longer there. That person is gonna do whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? And we don't have those. That's why.
I don't think we ever had those kind of examples though. I don't really think
I did.
I mean, I when I was growing up, I didn't see that. I mean, don't get me wrong. He used to tell me, man, I ain't gonna lie, I never forget. God told me, he said, man, you need to stop. You're so wild. And I said I was 16, 17.
Yeah.
And I was wild, but I understand it. And then coming to the process of New Orleans, it was just whatever. But at the time, I'm out in these streets hard.
Yeah, see, the examples I was talking about was the negative examples, but I still saw them as strong men, even though they would lead me to, or not steer you away from negativity. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you're right. I didn't have
only black positive role models you think that's going through our poor neighborhoods. They way on the outskirts. They barely even come through. So I'm just throwing it out there, like really. So we don't go in the neighborhood. We don't go in the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. We know about the violence and stuff, so we don't go in the neighborhoods. I just want to know.
Yeah. None. Honestly, it's crazy.
I don't go in the neighborhood like that.
I'm one now. You know what I'm saying? I went to this one hood, and I walked up on these brothers. They was out there talking. You know what I'm saying? They they doing their thing. And one brother told me they wanted me to get the hell out of there. They was like, see, N-word like you from back in the day, that's how gangs started. And I was like, damn, I was saying, like, at least I'm out here in the community trying to talk positively and love, and trying to bring us together. So there's some out there, but we just face difficulty in trying to, people just be wanting to, they be like, why should I want to make the world better? So it's just a fight, man. I had a whole another channel and platform when I was physically working with the community on camera and everything. But, I started getting people, hating on me, telling on me about my living situation. A whole bunch of BS started coming my way. People trying to get me evicted. So I had to shut that down. But it could be, a lot of people out there that's trying to make the community a better place, but it's just hard and it's not popularized. You know what I'm saying? Like people only put it on camera when they giving money to a homeless person. They don't put conversations on camera like how we having conversations talking about, building, spreading that love, with OC on the channel. You know what I'm saying? Like these are the examples that we need to put on, if we're not, together in front of each other, we at least need to be networking from a distance and working in our own areas. What's going on, OC?
Peace, God. Peace of God right there. What's up, baby?
Hey, peace to the guys, man. I'm just tuning in, man. So y'all gotta catch me up on some things, man. Talk
The
Black
bullet
to me
first
radio.
touch.
Building was good, man.
What's going on, family?
Yeah.
I missed you on the last one, man. So I'm glad to be here, man.
For sure, man. I want to tune in on the conversation, talking about building. That's what I'm about. So
Man, we talking about Japan, man, and how they started over from scratch and became a strong nation, and how we could take heed to that and apply them examples to our own communities and not cry about it. You know what I'm saying? So
what's crazy, man? What's crazy? I feel like the whole world is waiting on us. You know what I mean? Like we the only ones in the world, that's not really connecting like that. You know what I'm saying? Connecting the dots that need to be connected. You see all the countries that came out when Grandmaster Jay did his thing. It's like, oh, y'all got a military now? Okay. Yeah, we want to connect with y'all then. Everybody waiting on us. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that's what I feel, So once we get our stuff together, then we on the plan board. You know what I'm saying? We can really do what we need to do as a people. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, every other culture, they doing their thing. And they pretty much making money off of us. So we gotta hop on the playing field and do what we need to do. I'm tired of talking. Like I'll be honest with you. I've been with so many groups. I know everybody on the chat has been in so many groups as well, just talking and talking. I'm ready to get stuff moving and do whatever I gotta do to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up.
That's my hashtag, man. Turn words into action. That's what it's all about, bro. Like I'm so serious about it. The last live I did, I was on the truck, right? And I just vented because people been in the game so long talking the way we talking.
Yeah.
And haven't did as much considering how long they've been around, bro. They've been around for many, many years. Someone was around with the COINTELPRO, right? They can really just pull Jake under the wing and be like, hey, this was going on, blah, blah, blah. But someone intentionally remaining silent, right? You got young brothers like us with ourselves in the lion's den. You dig? And we putting off a whole Daniel round, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like enough is enough. That's why I say it's about separating the fake from the real. And I don't mean literally call nobody fake. I'm just saying those who not show, those who timid, those who scared, those who know what's up. And know what get me more than anything? We always giving organizations and people that's giving very little back. And we only paying for a lot of hype and rah, rah, rah. A lot of motivational, encouraging, spiritual, what have yous to kind of awaken us. But damn, the people ain't bugged at all. They didn't see that the people are doing it. The people got getting lost because the federal government is just everywhere. Eric Snow exposed some of the people, even though they was looking at it. It was all kinds of stuff was going on with them. The big companies giving the government all our information. That's why after that came out, we know nothing was a secret anymore. But what I don't understand is people are here dying, and not just by the by police or black person, but they're dying period. Because health wise, spiritually wise, mentally wise, and people are taking their life. Black mental health, black suicide is real. And it's just sad, bro. I kind of ventured a little, I won't get back on the topic, but it's kind of sad that we at a point where we still talking. So I just kind of jumped in on basically what you had said about not talking, no more talking and what have you. But let me get back to what I was talking about. I discussed Japan with the two nukes and how they bounced the two atomic bombs, how they bounced back with technology. I talked about China with opium war in the late 1900s, late 1800s, opium war with Britain, how they had signed off Hong Kong to Britain. In World War II, they also gave another 99 years to Britain for helping them with Japan invading them in how they wage war, you know what I'm saying? And manufacturing, building, technology and stuff. And I also talk about the Jews, what happened with them, you know, the Holocaust and how all these white nations was like basically mistreating them, how they took over the media and banks and what have you. And I got back to, I'm like, well, these people, they was able to get on coke, they had a culture. We don't have a culture over here, right? And I asked the question how we, you know, do this. And him and I gave our personal opinion and what have you. And if you want to charm it or you can charm on it, always act going to the next subject, you know what I'm saying? Like how we convey this to our people, you know, he gave his and I gave mine. Sure, I'm saying we got a model through example. That's what my bullet point or something is. We gotta set example. All that I told about last line, I was like, we parents trying to teach grown ups. The kids, you can take them slow. Them grown ups, they gotta get on their grade train, they gotta be ready to roll because you know you gotta build and teach at the same time. I'm thinking about creative as well, you know what I'm saying? So for me, that was my take. Like we gotta keep by example and not keep talking.
For real. I mean, it's like Nuff said, we do got to lead by example because we got so many of the little ones, you know, just watching. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, what they going to do, just watch us talk? I mean, we got to build. You know what I'm saying? We got to really build, especially for the newer generation. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's basically what's on my mind when it comes to this. You know, I just want to be around some people that's willing to make things move. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like just like I feel like it goes back to the code thing, you know, because like if you look at a lot of the Asian people, you know, I heard of this story where this brother was trying to get some like some products from Asia, like some weave and stuff like that, and sell it to Asians, and the Asians was like, we ain't taking that because we only want to get it from our people. I don't care how cheap you give it to us, we only want to get it from our people. You know what I'm saying? So like we need stuff like that. We need to hop on code. You know, when it comes to trading and everything, we just need to be like strictly for our people. I mean, if we go to Africa, everything that we pretty much need is all in Africa. Let's just think if those people actually get on code and start to trade with us. You know what I mean? Think how things would change. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the reasons why the Asians over there right now, you know, repping shop. You know what I'm saying? They're getting some of those minerals and those things that they can build new technology and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we definitely got to come up with the right plan. Definitely got to get up on code, like for real, and then make things happen. You know, so I feel like the odds are against us. So we got to do what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? You know.
I'm about to get with it right now. I'm gonna tell you what we gotta do right now. All of the abandoned plazas, the small plazas. I'm from New Orleans, so when I go through the, when I get my home, somebody pick me up, right? And these old regular plazas, either Asians, the Mexicans, or the Arabs, they turn them into they turn them real nice. Into the laundromat, food store, grocery store, what have you. We need to concentrate on doing that. How we do that? Get your credit together. Get your money up. We got to do a campaign about buying black as well. And we have to start demonizing those businesses around us that are taking advantage of interracial system that put us in a position where it stagnated the movement. And when I say demonize, I'm just calling what it is. They take the money out of our community, they bring it somewhere, they barely even hire us. But y'all take advantage of these plazas that's in neighborhoods. We have to also get all these whole old houses in the poor neighborhood. We have to find ways how we can flip the script. Because see, now at one time, white people didn't want to go in black neighborhoods. Now they come in black neighborhoods, they're getting bold now. And we have to come together as a team of black men and women. You're gonna be one man or one woman unless you're balling like that. You're a J, Let's go for your Jay-Z. But if we average black people like me, my bro, and OC, we gotta come together. And we can't operate out of fear. And hopefully I get time to really just share a lot of stuff on the deal with finances, credit and so forth, so on. Because everything around, just look around, is built with credit. People don't use cash. They use cash as rep. The dollar has no value. It's not backed by niggas IOU debt. It's just a change. It's all about credit. It's all about owning and having. That's why people say collect all the gold you can collect. So that's something I definitely want to push out there and let y'all take over from there because I know we got some more bullet points, but that's what I'm pushing. Like we gotta take the neighborhood back. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Of course, use economics with it. You just can't just blindly do things, but you have to definitely understand that we have to grow possibly in the black community. The black community is stripped of everything. We don't understand the scruples and morals behind things. We don't understand the importance of having character. You know, it's a lot that's going on in our community. There's a lot of ignorance. There's a lot of foolishness, and it's being manipulated. You know, it's being manipulated. But I'm gonna let y'all take over. I'm gonna go to the next bullet point and get through. That's what I'm talking about right now.
One thing I do want to mention that I think is very important, you know, at the top of the list that should be at the forefront, like OC mentioned, is the black code, the black code of conduct, the black standard. You know, what does it mean to be black, and how am I gonna act? And these black businesses, if they have European or Eurocentric minds or mindsets, it still won't affect our community positively. You know, if they're not in the mindset of thinking about the community and thinking about being black first. And I think that's one thing that we need to establish that will start forth the positive interactions in between each other as far as how we're conducting ourselves, the types of transactions that we do with each other. If we start with the code of conduct or, you know, throw that in the mix at least, I think it will help people deal with each other better on all levels because the Willie Lynch letter is in full effect at this time, and we're very separated. Like we spoke on the individualism, you know, and like the general said, you know, a lot of people is me, you know. So, you know, even when some people starting the business, they only thinking about how they can get rich or die trying, you know, and worrying about their family and stuff. So we got to think deeper than that. And it's like, if that's all you care about in life is, you know, you and yours and your family and your situation, you know, I don't feel like you'll be rewarded. And if you do, it's going to be short lived. I know a lot of people who lived a glorious life for only a few months, only a few years, you know what I'm saying? So I believe that it's very important that we understand that we need to work together. We need to love each other. We all should want to see each other succeed. So just like I asked you, like, bro, what you need help with, bro, on your side of the game? You know what I'm saying? What can I do to help you succeed a little bit on your side? You know, even if I can't be there all the way, I could be there, you know, 20, 30, 40, 50%, you know what I'm saying? Some type of percentage to help my brother see his dreams and wishes come true. And vice versa, he do the same thing for me. And that's why we have nothing but positive interactions and, you know, with each other. You know what I'm saying? And we're trusting it with each other to go in the future and do major business transactions. Why? Because on a simple level, on a plain level, when we're having positive interactions, showing each other brotherly love, you know what I'm saying, learning from each other, you know what I'm saying, and soaking up game that each one of us got for each other, you know what I'm saying, learning from both of our experiences and stuff like that. And that's, to me, that's where it starts, because I've been traveling a lot lately, and I've been talking to some powerful, strong people. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, I was looking for a house, and I was driving down this one street, and I asked this brother, um, "Do you know anybody that got houses for rent around here?" And he said, "Man, I own the whole block." And I'm like, "Wow!" So we pulled over and we was talking to him for a little minute, and whoop de woo. And I say that to say, there's a lot of strong black people out here in this world. Don't think that we're just weak out here. You know what I'm saying? That we just got a bunch of, black people that don't know how to use their hands, that don't know how to build nothing, don't know how to do nothing. That is completely the opposite. You know what I'm saying? And that's why when you talk to me, you know what I'm saying, I listen about your experiences, because there's a lot I could learn from you. And, just like you too, OC, I would be a fool to disregard the messages that y'all would give to me or to the people and go through the same mistakes that you're trying to warn me from. And that's what it comes about, the ego. We gotta step out of that. You know what I'm saying? And realize that when they told us the game is to be sold, not told, that was simply to set you back 5 generations. Because the Chinese are not selling the game to their counterparts or to their relatives, to their loved ones. They're setting up the game. You know what I'm saying? And I know this for a fact. One time I was at work, right? And I was washing my hands in the bathroom, and this brother was washing his hands next to me. He was a Muslim brother. He had the whole Arab thing going on. And I was like, "It was good, bro." Washing my hands. And he ignored the crap out of me. But when I looked and noticed that he was Muslim, I was like, "Yo, salam alaikum." Do you know he embraced me like I was his brother after that? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and then I was telling him about what I had going on. He was like, "What, bro? You trying to do this, man? I got a whole group, WhatsApp group for me and my people. We do this and we posting it every day." He, I'm bringing this up to show you that these people have whole networks set up that you don't even know about, set up for their people, that helps them stay ahead of the curve, not get ahead of the curve. It helps them stay ahead of the curve. I'm talking about all these Chinese businesses around here. You think they just put their money in the bank? No, they sending it back to their country. They putting money in the bank here to put funds. So when they people come over here fresh off the boat, they not really going to the government to get all these loans and grants like they would have you thinking they getting. They're going to their people, that's going to their community-backed banks and open up their own Chinese restaurant and hair salons. The government ain't doing that necessarily for these people. It may seem like that because you see it so readily available and you don't understand how it's going down. But these people have things set up in their community. They're not, man, listen, it's crazy, bro. We just gotta set up things on a basic level that'll allow us to have these positive interactions and transactions, man. And if we don't do that, if we don't build that foundation, everything you building could be blown away.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. And on a bigger scale, I feel like it only take a small amount of us to really make a big change. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like somebody have to step out and set an example first. You know what I mean? So a small group of people or whatnot. And after that, I'm down for this part because this to me this transition over to the next topic, to the next point. It's just like we gotta be willing to like really get gangster. You know what I'm saying? And get gangster with people. Now I mean this in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? Because like I feel like everybody else is really putting in that type of work, getting gangster in different ways. You know what I mean? So I mean the police doing it. We know the police doing it, the government doing it, other races doing it, from Italians to Chinese and stuff like that. We got to be on that same. We got to have that part as well. You know, in order to make things happen. So we got to really play chess. You know, this it's not really like it's checkers like that. We got to really play chess, and we got to be able to use people for what they are, and then keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? But it's got to start with somebody. It got to start. Things usually start with a small group, and then it grows. You know what I'm saying? So you know, like a lot of times we can't bring everybody in at once at first. You know what I mean? We gotta just watch things grow. You know, so. But yeah, you gotta be willing to get games, to get your hands dirty and stuff like that in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? So for the betterment of our people. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I feel like that falls into the next point. If you want to bring that up,
I just
whatnot.
want to say this, man. You talking about something like that 40 laws of power, right?
Oh yeah, facts.
That's all it's about. It's all about obtaining power, how to be shrewd, how to be deceptive at the same time, knowing how to win. It's just not let your left hand know what your right hand know. And this white guy, Robert Greene, he did that with this book, 30 Strategy of War, Art of Seduction and Mastery. I read all those books, right? And what OC talking about is we have to know how to manipulate and maneuver just like they do, but it's all about for the betterment of our people. See, as a people, we just been too nice, too kind, overly generous. Always trying to please the next group to show them we not like they say we are.
Oh nah, I ain't want to interrupt you, bro. I just wanted to tap on to what bro was saying. And that was this is one of the reasons I want to do the Wakanda game show. It's because I'm going to challenge and electrify the minds of our people, and at the same time, it's going to give me a inventory of the brilliance of our community. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be able to find out who's great in what area and be able to put people in certain positions and link them together. Or word, yo, they good at this. They know how to build this. They good at carpentry. You know what I'm saying? They good at, financial literacy. Yo, you need to hook up with my dog Major. You know what I'm saying? Because we trying to do
networking
this.
right now. We be doing networking.
So
yeah, we do that right now. It's called networking. Y'all don't know.
So I gotta, that's what I be thinking about on the back end, man. I try to catch more flies with honey than poop. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I do it that way with the game show, man, and have fun at the same time, man. But yeah, that's definitely important, man. Got to get gangster with it, man, for real.
Let me ask. We'll go to our next. But let me say this here. We just have to learn how to love black people. See, once we learn unconditional love for black people, everything will change. When we find a reason to get mad at somebody, point a finger at somebody, or just allow certain emotions to come over. They don't get me wrong. Some of our people are messed up. And tough love the best love. You just gotta stay away from them and love them from a distance. But there are many black people that need to be loved. You need to know that you love them. That's why when I first started my channel, I was just going to Walmart, just buying people, buying their stuff, just buying it, I'm flashing it, right? Talk about encourage people, do something nice to somebody. I don't care if you're helping people already. Show black people you care. People never gravitate to that. And I'm still in it right now, they just still do that because we don't understand the power of love and care. See, the problem is a lot of us, we've been told the game for to be sold, not told, right? So we always looking for something. He can attest to how I am, how big my heart is, right? And many people that know me, that's what I do. Because I know I'm a hustler. I'm built for this and for making money. But I know a lot of us have talent and just afraid to move forward around a lot of toxic stuff that's just not helping them move forward. So a lot of it is neutral. So for me, I believe we have to put love and care behind anything dealing with black people. I just have to say that because a lot of us, We don't have that heart we think we got. A lot of us second guess everything. A lot of us don't know how to move forward just doing something. That's why my hashtag each one teach one and hashtag turn word into action, that's meaningful to me. Because if you're not trying to help somebody by spreading a positive word, you're not trying to help somebody like I'm not even saying I did yesterday, right? But she in the mentions right, she just texted me about a situation. She attests to Bow just did it because that's the spirit we're supposed to have. We see a black person down, we're supposed to help them. And it's not how much. It's all about the thought. Because the Most High, He sees everything. So I just had to just say that because a lot of times we forget that. And that's what makes the struggle commercialized because a lot of brothers and sisters that speak, that talk, and they're not making the money they should make their money, they find themselves put themselves in a position whereas they content taken from the black community and when they produce content, it should be enough as opposed to really producing action. Because whatever you give me, and I like for no donations, I'm gonna put back in the community.
Yo.
But I'm so self-sufficient, my mind nowhere on worrying about who gonna do what. If just me and this brother, us three do something, my mom by myself, it don't matter. Something will get done. And everything I've been telling him, I'm showing him, I'm saying the moves I'm about to make. But the thing is this, until we flip back to we're gonna stay messed up. Jay said that W flipped to M, and it was me this and me that. Me want this, me want that. We gotta flip that W, flip the M back to W, and say we need this and we need that, and we need to do this right now. So we can move to the next bullet permit talking about we understand the condition of the people and the government role. And I'm gonna let OC talk about this first. Understand the condition of the people and understand the government role. Because we understand there's a reason why we're where we at. It's not by accident. All right, OC.
Yeah, facts. You know, I mean, hold on. Yeah, we all should know by now, you know, the government roles and how they get down. You know what I mean? Hold on, let me fix my camera.
Take your time, brother.
Yeah, we all should know by now. You know what I mean? So the fact that through history, all of our leaders and all of our movements has pretty much been stopped by our own government, hence our quotes on our own government. We should know exactly what this is about, and even for the beginning of you know, this so-called country or whatnot. And I'm not even going to call it a country because a lot of us know that it's actually a corporation. You know what I'm saying? So what we live in is it's an actual corporation, which is a business. You know what I'm saying? So everything that happened on this land is it's commercialized. You know what I mean? So, you know, and the most important thing that's more precious than gold is actually, you know, our labor as a people. You know what I mean? So you go back in history, a lot of the things that they did to us, did to our ancestors, it was lawful. You know what I mean? It was lawful. You know what I'm saying? And it was heavily commercialized, you know. So they passed bills and laws to make things happen to us, to get them to make more money, you know, make more tangibles and different things. You know what I'm saying? All on this land and really all over the world, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? So there's laws that they still haven't passed that's kind of messed up. You know what I mean? That's still put in place. You know, look at our brothers and sisters in jail. There's most of us in there. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, it's more people in jail than there was ever slavery on this land. You know what I'm saying? More of our people. You know, let's keep it real. So we got to know where our government is at this point. We got to know the type of mind that they have. You know, so we also got to know a lot of us are dealing with different things because of the government, because of what they put in place. You know, so not to be a conspiracy theorist or anything like that. It's just to open your eyes and really look around, see what exactly is going on. So that's the role of the government, is really to keep us down, to be for real, and really keep their people making money, keep their people free and happy. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, after all, the land of the free is really for them. You know what I mean? So America, us black people, we live in a whole different America than they do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go ahead and say we got to have our own government. You know what I'm saying? A black melanated government. We got to be sovereign of our own. We got to live by our own rules to really make things happen how we want it to happen. Because we really can't live, in this type of society. That's why there's groups such as NFAC that want to build someplace else because it ain't working here. We didn't try it for over 400 years. It ain't working. You know what I'm saying? So we got to figure something out. And I feel like just like the brothers and sisters did in Cuba, how they took over Cuba, you know what I mean, over that government with Batista them. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we got to do something like that because they left Cuba and then came back and took over. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if we really want this land, if we really want human rights or civil rights, I mean that sounds funny anyway. To we fighting for civil rights just to be civil, just so to be equal with somebody else. That's what we fighting for. That's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we got to do what we got to do as a people. You know what I'm saying? If we have to leave, build with other countries, then come back and do what we got to do to get our land, to get the stuff that we need, and that's what it is. We definitely gotta play chess. You know what I'm saying? We gotta find different ways, but we should know the role of the government. It's just up to us to figure out what we want to do next. You know what I'm saying? It's our turn to make a move. We just ain't moving. You know what I mean? So I mean that's my spill on it. You know? And I can't hear y'all for some reason.
My bad, it was on mute while you was talking. My bad, I'm sorry.
All right. So, man, when I think about the government's role in our situation, you touched on it, but I think about the silent weapons for secret wars in that document and how they really tell you word for word their plan to keep us oppressed in that document. And man, I would do a video on it, but they shut you down for that one, man. But it's very important because it tells you how their purpose is to keep the resources of Africa and keep us distracted via ways of entertainment, so we never care about the resources of our country. You know what I'm saying? And how they explain how, and you touched on it, on how they really took away our natural currency, meaning our labor to go do what we want and walk and work as we please, chop down the tree, build up a house, go get my neighbor, you know what I'm saying? They changed that. They took that and they created a currency. So now you don't do what you want with your body because of the dollar. You know what I'm saying? And that's all been set up and propagated by the government. Then on top of that, with the redlining and stuff like that, it just makes it even more of a bad situation. And it's almost like these people, they create the conditions for your house to burn down. They watch your house burn down, and then they open the fire department right down the street and post
My
their
fault,
number.
my bad, got on. I'm gonna be right back. Keep going.
Oh, all right. Thank you. So it's just a sad situation because they're the oppressor, and they want to be our savior, and we can't have it. We can't let it be that way. Because like I told you, you know what I'm saying? No real person that wants to keep a person oppressed or kidnapped or want to keep control over a person, they're not going to give them the tools that they need to survive. You know what I'm saying? So we could think all we want, we're gonna have to, on top of the tools that we got to survive, we definitely gonna have to be super creative on these folks, man, because they play a huge role in our oppression. You know what I'm saying? And they like to think they got the game sold up, and they will as long as we think like they'll want us to think. You know what I mean? And that's what I got to say.
I think when we pay attention to the condition of people and how the government played a part with it, there's a reason why we brainwashed. There's a reason why we've been dumbing down. There's a reason why we in the state we're in as far as being divided. And for me, I feel like we have to understand that first of all, we're talking about making the next move with empowering the black community, because we have to understand the powers be that we'll fight against is a very powerful racist system. And once we understand the condition of people, I think we won't be affected so much by the ignorance, right? And by the lack thereof, because a lot of our people, they lost, but they have big hearts. A lot of our people do want to see the light, even those who are in the worst state. Rather does sit in and make people look at themselves, because I don't care who you are, you can be the worst criminal, you can be whatever. If you look that man in the mirror and when it don't look right, it look very, very bad, very ugly, that thought run across your mind. I think largely our people, because they have been castigated and have been thrown away and treated less than equal to an animal in many cases, that a lot, and then even looking at on a larger scale how blacks who are situated are not really going to target the community. I go to New Orleans, even Atlanta, right here, right? In certain neighborhoods, I don't go unless there's a reason for going there. Because the structure part is so bad with the violence, crime, and so forth, so on. You have to think about your well-being. That's why my whole goal always been trying to network with people that can bring us in the community. Because there's nothing wrong with going there and do a free willy move, but you have to have a strategy doing that. Because it's so easy going to a situation, not understanding the dynamics and what have you, and how the government, everything's set up. The government actually sent the police in black neighborhoods after the white flight, when black people left the rural areas to go into cities to be treated better and find opportunities. And what the police do, the police make it so uncomfortable for black people. You look at the employment, they play such a game as an employment, it's sad. They actually turn black people into informers on the job. They damn near know everything that's going on, because a black person is always trying to kiss a white person behind to stay in good with him, keep his job, get a raise, or what have you. And then make it hard for the black people. That's psychology gland. I just did delivery, and I kid you not, in South Carolina, that's not my route. And I went to this place, and this fat white guy, fat nasty bastard, thinking, well, I want to cuss him out. So I want to go off. I cuss him, I ain't cuss him like I wanted, right? I just clicked, like, cause he kind of started trying to talk a little rough, and I snapped on him. I said, look, we're not rough. He was just trying to tell me, I'm looking at all these black people and Mexicans, and I'm looking at like, damn, everywhere you go, got predominant black, got a white person running. So, man, I felt a certain kind of way, right? Yeah. I said, man, look, what's up? I've been waiting for that. Man, blah, 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 blah. I said, man, look, I don't even work on no damn weekends. I said, my situation got me working this weekend. I said, I don't even work weekends. I said, I want to vent a little bit and curse, but I ain't cursed him out. I should have cursed him out. But things subside, right? But I said, since I watch black people in that warehouse, you can feel the timidness, you can feel the slave master with the slaves. And I hate that feeling. And it was sad because I'm trying to think where I was at. I'm sorry, it wasn't South Carolina. I'm sorry, it was Jacksonville, Florida.
Mississippi,
Jacksonville, Florida. Yeah, and it was just such a feeling like. So for me, it was a thing. Whereas I was like, I was like, man, hold up, we messing up. Hold up, I can't do it like that.
Hey, peace to mud barrier.
See, well, for me, like, the government got us, and plus whites thinking it's so superior to us. We have to submit this state. We have to submit this state, and we at the vulnerable state. That's why we able to accept so much BS from all these farms in our neighborhood. But guess what? I have an answer for that, because that shit about to change. Because we gonna come with a new Black Power movement, gonna be different like no other. And I feel like once we understand that, we should be energized to go in there and mobilize a movement, or galvanize a movement, organize and galvanize a movement to mobilize our people towards the light. Because they're in the dark right now. And the intent of the dark, and a lot of the black people is that know better is guilty of this. Even those in leadership right now, because a lot of them confined themselves to the organization of their religion, they didn't go in a community that was consistent. We're in an infinite school called life. Infinite ongoing. Ain't no finite. Finite was when it's limited. The struggle is not limited. We gotta do this stuff till the day we die. We gotta push it. And see, a lot of us that put boots on the ground, we suddenly got neutralized. Mm-hmm. And we allow the government to go in and do what the hell they want to do. And then the white folks got so cocky. And then when Trump come in, the Trump man and kick in, it exposed a lot of things. So for me, we have to understand that. Once we understand that, then we move on to the next bullet point. We need to be legally informed. A lot of us don't know our basic constitutional rights. 1st, 2nd, 5th, 6th, 8th, 14. We don't know the basic rights that former slaves, I mean, because you had about 13, 14 amendments until they came with the other amendments, right? We hear about the first, we don't expound on it. We hear about the second, we don't expound on it. We don't even talk about the 4th Amendment, how that's violated every day. They're not supposed to stop you without proper cause or suspicion. Mm-hmm. They're not supposed to search you unless they got a warrant or arrest you, unless they show proper cause. And let me get the clip. A lot of police officers, they lie their ass on the witness stand. They will lie down. And who's a good honest cop? Man, a lot of cops lie down. It's so many sisters and brothers, they want the court and lie. And George be like, he's a honorable man, he's credible. That'd be a bunch of bull crap. But we don't know how to come together and go to the police department and file a complaint. We don't think about filing civil action. What happened? We understand the 5th Amendment. We don't. I mean, it's basic things with indictments and all this stuff here. Stuff like this, the right to remain silent. And you see what help be held against you. A lot of the first thing we do is do this. Because we're so scared. And when people go, you don't have to do that. You don't have to say nothing. You don't have to say nothing. Even a crime they committed, you don't have to say nothing. Because half the time, and throughout the years I've been studying law for a very, very long time. I don't know. Damn. Long story short.
No, I'm talking about the police.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Not true.
You messing with y'all. You trying to get on a joke aside, trying to be serious. Made modifications anyway. Big focus like.
Get your jokes in, man.
Anyway, we don't be realize a lot of times criminally, they don't be having no case to do start doing this. I read so many people cases, they were scot-free and they did this. Shut up. They're gonna beat you up and all that, but shut up. We don't understand the right to attorney, trial. A lot of them we don't understand. We don't understand the 8th Amendment about prohibited unusual person. We don't understand how the 13 was wrote, how the 14 due process, equal protection, how they come in play. We don't understand. We be hearing talk about the Constitution and blah blah the laws. We have to understand stuff like that. And lastly, politicians. We don't be understanding how to deal with them. There's a law for everything. But if you're not signed your law, that's why when Jay came on the scene, black people knew about the Second Amendment. Because we knew about what the Black Panthers had did. But we was too scared. The nation knew about the Second Amendment.
Mm-hmm.
Tariq knew about the Second Amendment. Polite knew about the Second Amendment. The Black Conscious community knew about the Second Amendment. Brothers White knew about the Second Amendment. But nobody would want to take that route. Because it was too dangerous. And when it's too dangerous, then this might not be for you.
Mm-hmm.
And what we doing right now is dangerous. Just because we speaking on this brother and what he did, how he shook this country and white people in general, even the black community. But we don't do, who gonna do it? When Malcolm died last, I remember, I haven't seen another Malcolm yet. When King died, I ain't never seen another King yet. I seen people that follow umbrella and leave, but I seen people also get neutral, make modifications to what have you. And my thing is this: teach his own. I'm sorry I'm being critical about people that we admire and love. We brought to love and learn and what have you. But in the day, some stuff going on. And what I learned is, if you're not a school shelf thinker, you won't even get close to beating the system.
Mm-hmm.
I'm being real.
You get swallowed up.
You get swallowed up because, for one, you're not reading. And I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about people that don't know no better. That don't see what's really going on. So for me, legally, we understand these politicians, right? Because this is my problem when it comes out of black people politicians. We vote for them every year, every so often, right? They're being paid by our taxpayers' dollars. But yet it's still, excuse me, they're underperforming drastically. And on top of that, we know a lot of them getting paid off by lobbyists, and a lot of them leave Congress to go work for the lobbyists. And we allow it to happen again and again and again. And we constantly expect them to just do something for us. We just gotta go take it. See, we can talk all that stuff about Capitol Hill and the white privilege. At least there's some kind of showing. They're gonna have to be some kind of sacrifice down the line. And I was looking at this brother. I'm trying to think of his name. Brother Romont Ramzu.
Ramses? Hold up.
Jonas, the brother in Detroit, talking about self-determination. And he was reading about the government, how the government can be removed legally in the Constitution. So that's something we can talk about later, but legally we got to be more informed. The reason why he was able to destroy some of the black businesses, because we understand tax laws.
Mm-hmm.
We understand legally that a lot of them LLCs wasn't paying taxes. Mm-hmm. You know, there was like they exploit our ignorance. We have to be legally informed about our company. We know about ban on and what, but Jay showed you can go almost anywhere with long as your premise. You go through the proper channels, they will set up something like that. There's no excuse if you want to get on, you want to get a movement to demand justice, because now you know. Jason, you don't have to march no more. You hit across your head, hit with spray with tear gas and what have you. When you got the iron on you, you got the heat on you, you got the gun on you. They're gonna be thinking second about it. Then he said, "Don't keep calling me. Go do it your damn self." He's right. He gave you the game. As soon as they grabbed Jerry, but got quiet and with the shoe showing and wondering what's going on. In fact, a lot of brothers ran off. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to be built for this. Malcolm X said, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And guess what? A lot of us fall for anything. We took our tail, well, we got to tell, we took it, we keep going. Can't be like that no more. These politicians got to be exposed. The police department, race police department got to be exposed. They got to do their damn job legally. I don't care the fire department, police department, politicians, the president. They're supposed to serve the people. This is the only country that I've heard of just do stuff in secrecy. You don't even know about the laws until later. And they make it so hard the public, they want you to know about what they want you to know about. And that's when I did the crazy stuff with the Federal Trade Commission and all that. When I first started doing trade like 15 years ago, I cleaned out my credit up. Man, they had so many laws against the consumer because you know that's consumer laws, right? And that's against businesses putting stuff in your credit or saying you owe something
and
not
it's
true.
not legit.
Right. And it has happened.
I'm going through that right now, family, trying to clean my junk up, bro.
I did a lot of research. You have attorney generals across the country where many companies just putting false stuff on people on credit.
Buying people debt, trying to listen. Let me ask you this, bro. I ain't mean to put you on the spot, but is it illegal for a company to buy somebody debt and try to get you to pay?
That's the whole thing about lobbyists. It's legal on them. They can do it. See, that's the problem.
So it's all type of loopholes.
Huh?
No, I'm just saying it's all type of loopholes that people hop around. You know what I mean? So like technically that's illegal, but you know people have to like loopholes to make people do different things. You know what I'm saying? So you know, like when it comes to that debt, like because I actually worked for like back in the day, I worked for a debt collection agency, so it was technically illegal, you know, but they had so many they was up with their law game, you know what I mean? So every other week they was in the courtroom battling stuff.
That's
Say it again.
That changed, my bro. The power that be paid the politicians all, bro. And I'm trying to explain. A lot of that was illegal is illegal now, but we don't know. We don't be understanding this. I'm talking about when I get it, I go into it deep, bro. And it's just sad to see how legally uninformed we are. Even black attorneys don't do their job in informing the black community. Because everything's a hustle. And you got those who are out there that's probably informing the people that's a black attorney, but there's very few. We live in ignorance. People understand what ignorance is. People understand that a lot of time there can be things that's so noticeable that you never really pay attention to because a lot of things happen around you that you really don't be understanding what's really going on, right? You just be thinking mumbo jumbo words and stuff, but that's really it's something about to affect your life. So I just had to definitely speaking on legal part, man. Y'all can speak about it too if y'all want.
I'll let OC go first.
Yeah, I mean, like it's a lot of stuff when it comes to the lawful things. You know, they have a whole like language in the legal system that a lot of us don't even understand. You know, so it's a legalese. You know, so you'll go in a courtroom, you'll think you speaking plain English, but really you speaking legalese. They understand the legalese, so you go in there and say that you're black. You know, black don't mean anything in law. You know what I'm saying? So you say I'm black, they can do whatever they want to you. You know what I mean? You say you're African American, they can do whatever they want to you. You know what I mean? And there's so many different legalese that we don't understand. Even calling ourselves a person and things like that, that means something else in court. You know what I mean? So like it like that, I feel like they make up new laws like every single day. You know what I'm saying? And then they put it into play and make it hard for different individuals. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's why I'm digging like really having our own government. You know what I mean? Like I'm not really keen to just kind of doing what people say just because. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm bullied around, just doing that. Like right now, like I'm practicing like different things. Like I said like this, I haven't had a license or a license plate or anything for about 3 years, but I'm able to travel around with my automobile, you know what I'm saying, and without getting pulled over. You know what I mean? So that's something that's lawful that I'm actually doing that a lot of people don't even know. Just calling yourself a driver mean you operating in commerce. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm not operating in commerce, so why am I calling myself a driver and having a passenger and things like that? So I mean, it's a lot of stuff that we don't even understand. You know what I mean? That we have to eventually like overstand, especially when it comes to law. If you want to play it in game, if you want to play in this game in this system, you got to understand the law. You know what I mean? And you gotta do what you got to do. And that's some of the things that Grandmaster Jay was actually doing. He actually understood the law. He was doing everything lawfully. They still found something small just to book him on. You know what I mean? So I feel like we got to be on our P's and Q's, and we have to be around people, or at least know somebody, or have a group of people that know the law, so we can really make things happen how we supposed to. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that law stuff is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
And I also wanted to remind ourselves about the great John Henry Clark, and he spoke on our unity is key, and without unity, you have no power, especially within the government. So if we take this neighborhood and there's a councilman or council lady and they're not from the community or care about it, then how is things gonna get solved? You know what I'm saying, in this community, if that community is relying on the government to do their part. And certain things could be beneficial if we have the numbers. So meaning like if a community rallied up, there are 3,000 people and they said, hey, we're gonna vote on Denzel. And Denzel says, word, I appreciate that. This is what I'll do upon being in that office. It's never it's never no conversation handshake deal on the average person to average person level who's also a politician. It's always the politician is way up here over there and he's running his campaign to get your vote. It's kind of backwards. You know what I mean? We should all collectively conversate and agree on what we're gonna do, who we're gonna choose. So when Denzel is in office, he's from my community. He actually lives next door to somebody that's in that community, and he remembers the conversations y'all had that put him in that place. You know what I'm saying? If y'all if we trying to go that route, we talking like that. You know what I'm saying? But if you just have somebody in office that you didn't unifiedly put in that office, then you're just gonna be waiting for scraps. Like how we're waiting for Biden to, do whatever he, honor that contract with Black of America. He didn't even want to sit with Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? But imagine if the black community sat down and collectively said, we're gonna vote for GMJ. You know what I'm saying? And put somebody in up in office that's from the community that actually has the same sentiments that we feel, that's not aligned with the government, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? So we're really backwards in our approach on how we, select our candidates. You know what I'm saying? And unity is key. I just wanted to touch on that, man.
Look, let me say this. There's work to be done. I feel like right now, I'm for self determination. I'm for us doing our own thing. Really going to international courts and learning and filing that lawsuit been filed. And I'm adjourn that because we do have human rights. Not civil, but also human rights that's been violated and been violated for years. And one day I'm gonna have a real deep discussion about that and bring a panel on that specializes and I've been communicating with. But let me say this: right now we have the tension of white America and the government, and it's our job from the high ups, the leadership, to the person at the bottom. We have to come together and demand that they treat us way better or equal. It's it is sad that we're in the state we're in, but we also have to play a part educating our people about handling money, making the right decisions, loving themselves, loving their family, loving their community. Understand what the struggle is all about. A lot of times they don't really understand what the struggle is all about. Because you know why they always see us fighting and fuck to the top. They always see us not agreeing and find a reason to point their finger. And that just have to change. I really believe that something gonna happen for us. I don't know when and how and where, because of the fact that attention is on the government. After that with Capitol Hill, after that with Donald Trump, after that with the election, how black people push Biden and Harris over the home, they will do something. How much we gonna benefit from it, we're gonna do about it. But we got things on the side working with self determination thing. We trying to just exodus or buy some land, town or whatever. We have to worry about this dumb stuff with it. If they don't appreciate us, we want to appreciate them what they do to us. Because for a long time we've been forgiving and understanding. We've been following the law and everything and still be getting killed. Still been fighting for jobs. Still not funding our own situations and whether it's dealing with programs, businesses, or what have you, housing or whatever. We deal with this here. And it is really bad because white people are no longer hiding anything. They are actually exercising their ability to be racist at all counts. And even we got a lot of those who are very covert, they still really like executing at a high level of trying to dominate, and that won't happen. None of my watch. I'm trying to expose all that. The
Mm-hmm.
fifth bullet point, we have to be creative in educating and building. I'm gonna let Black go on at that one first.
Hold on, let me see. Let me read it, man. So I could be on point with it. So being creative and who you're educating and building with, a lot of times we just we just give off our energy and not understand who we talking to. And not everybody is the same type of learner. Some people, what you call it, auditory, you learn through listening. Some people learn visually. Some people you might have to actually, like, you may not be able to go to the hood or go to the middle of the projects sounding like Elijah Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? They might not respond to that. All praises to him. You know what I'm saying? Peace be upon them. But what I'm saying is you might have to talk more like Malcolm or a little bit more rugged like a Khalid Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand that, and that's the one of the things I love about Grandmaster Jay. He talked to the black community, to the world, to the black world, and his words, at least in my eyes, charged up the majority of our community. Well, a lot of people were scared to come out and support or whatnot, but he understood who he was talking to. And that's what you gotta understand if you actually want to make some progress. And when we talking to the younger kids, that's why it's important to be that example, just in case they don't have any other solid role models in their life. And you also have to take your ego away and to be able to relate more, because not everybody come from the hood that want to make the community better. So you might not be a ex gangster that's now conscious. You might be a doctor or a lawyer that we need regular people too to come help us out in the community. But when you when you're communicating, just like when me and you talking, what I told you, it's gonna take me a little minute and what we've been vibing, learning each other. So now I know how not to step on your toe. That's why I don't know what bro was talking about. Don't cut off major TV. You know what I'm saying? Because we know how to interact with each other with grace. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what it is. You know, dealing with your people with grace because you never want to leave somebody that has a negative. Me myself personally, I never want to end the conversation or in the moment and that person feel like that was a negative interaction or conversation. You never want to waste all of your breath and that person don't soak it up and they're not able to take the strongest points from what your conversation was about and able to apply that. So we can't make things too complicated for our people because you got to understand that everybody is different and not everybody's going to have. I had a conversation with somebody and they like to talk about, I don't understand how you still sleep in this moment and all this stuff going on and whoop-de-woo. Well, I understand because I had somebody just wake me up recently within the last 5 years. And what you can't do is use your mind now to judge how someone else is thinking in their place, whether they're at a lower vibration or lower financially or whatever. You have to understand them and have unconditional love for your people. And if you're not doing this just to do it, you'll really take the time to make sure your words and the things that you do and say are effective. And that's the whole point of this. And I always speak about this. We've been going to speeches, rallies, marches, lectures, whatever you want to call it, for the last 60 years, 70 years, and whatnot. And we all have had some great speakers and great teachers and stuff. But the time right now is on us as well to really pick up the things because people could come and spread a good message all that they want, all that they have to, all that they need to. But it's upon the people that you have to pick up what you're getting. And just because this person is homeless, don't mean you can't learn something from them. Just because this person don't dress or look a way that you want them to look, or they're not as cool that you think a person should be, and that's how what Grandmaster Jay said, man. Stop faulting the messenger. People got to stop doing that. A lot of the times, and me myself personally, growing up in the hood, there's so many men that were strong men back in the day that I completely disregarded because they didn't have a hood swag or whatever, because they was talking some junk that I wasn't interested in. So that's one thing that we got to remember as far as when we're out here building and connecting with each other. Don't hate the messenger. Take the message, learn from it, build upon that, and also do what you can to make sure that what you're doing is palatable. If you're a soul food chef or a French chef, but you just happen to be landed in Africa or you just happen to be landed anywhere outside your environment, yeah, you could cook your food the way you want and it tastes good to you. But actually, you chose to be in this restaurant and chose to be cooking for people. You chose to teach people and want to help and learn and build with people. So make sure that these people could eat your food. Change up your style a little bit if you had to. Throw some different seasonings in there and whatnot to make it, to make it palatable. I ain't mean to go on too long, man. I just, I just went in, man. So. Appreciate y'all for giving me the floor, man. Appreciate it.
Hi, OC.
No, that last part you said was fire. You know what I'm saying? Like cook your food right so people could receive it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So like it's all about your approach, when it comes to like education and things like that and teaching someone. So like we literally could learn from like anybody. I'm learning from my daughter and she's 6 years old. You know what I mean? So I learn from people that's on the streets that don't have any money. You know what I'm saying? I learn from the things around me. I learn from nature. You know, so like our ego shouldn't take in place where we're not able to even listen to someone. You know what I'm saying? So you never know what nature wants to bring you, or we could say the Most High. You could say God. You could say Allah. You know what I mean? People are used for different things. So, you know, it's the reason why someone is in your life just speaking in front of you. You know, because they don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? So like education, you could get that anywhere and everywhere. You know, so it's just like speaking things to existence. You know, I feel like the universe is going to bring things towards you to move how you're supposed to move. You know, to manifest what you ask for. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like education is the most important. We do have to get our mind right in order to move how we should move. You know what I mean? Learning from history, not necessarily like repeating history, because I feel like we should be elevating and growing and growing. You know, building on top of, brick after brick. You know what I mean? But I feel like we should be a people that that's able to learn from anyone, no matter who it is, and be able to elevate from that. So, just finding different creative ways of learning. I feel like that's really up to you, making things like just being approachable when it comes to education. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's my biggest thing when it comes to education. You could literally learn from everyone. You know what I'm saying? If you just open up your eyes, you know. So, but yeah, all facts. Man.
I mean, like at my home, like with my daughter, family, friends, I have African statues, pictures, and everything around me, right? I have the books, um, my little my little company and whatnot. Everything I do, I try to have something that will catch my daughter, anybody around me eyes. And then I would try creatively just to share. I'm just using this for example. Things that would just bring in the light of our greatness, right? And I believe that, and I'm always say this: images, words, and things we do does matter. With the older generation, we definitely be creative because they'll be playing catching up if they're not already familiar. And usually, for example, what I do at home and whatnot, and how I try to convey a simple message of loving who you are as a black person, what you stand for, and what you centered, you know what I'm saying, in your belief in your walk. And always reflecting on your greatness, not allowing white supremacy to dominate your thinking and give you the images and the history and things they say is you when you know this is way profound in what they're sharing. As well in the community. We go in the community and we open these different businesses and we open these different school programs up. I mean, our school program to open a school, bank or whatever. We have to be creative the way we are projected as black people. There's nothing wrong with having a nice quote on the wall or the image of a Malcolm X. There's nothing wrong with having pictures, paintings, or statues Afrocentric or centered on African people. There's nothing wrong with having African proverbs or even books. See, our people, interest in our history, is distracted because so much stuff is thrown at them. But once you pique someone's interest, a lot of people need mentions right now. A lot of people that subscribe to us, a lot of people that's just tuning in, are touched and inspired by what we're doing. I can tell you about all the mentions, how people say I've changed their life, how I helped them, and they touched me because that was my whole goal. And I'm proud because that's what I ever wanted to do was help black people. Now I'm more motivated to help them.
Yeah.
And I have yet to really go as profound. I am
saying.
still taking baby steps because I want y'all to buy into me. See, when I go profound, I'm going to step on some toes. I might have some people just unsubscribe to me because I'm gonna go in deep. But like a kid, you got to crawl for your walk. And some of y'all already there. You're already advanced and so forth. You understand what I'm saying? And some of y'all are almost there. Some of y'all still looking and trying to find out. But right now, we have to organize, galvanize, organize, and mobilize in our communities. Because I'm putting aside my concern about what's going on in the community there for the nonsense and focus on the people. When I go to my Most High, I have the answers all around. They're gonna be my soldiers. You know what I'm saying? And what have you. When I'm in certain situations that's uncomfortable, but I'm not operating out fear or debate about what I should do because the black community might understand how I'm coming, what I'm trying to do. But we have to be creative and building. Especially we're gonna put business in our community, schools, banks, stores, whatever. Because we need it all. We need it all. If you'd like to get your nails did, we need a black nail shop. Let us spend money on groceries and buy groceries and buy clothes. We need grocery store. We need clothing store. We need that. We need after school programs. It's cool with the sports and all that, but if y'all don't know, that ain't healthy for a lot of our sisters and brothers. Well, I know the way out the hood, but we have to educate our kids and focus and channel energy on doing what China did, Japan, what the Jews did. We have to focus on cultivating something that black people can exploit and build a new nation from the ashes. Because we in the ashes right now trying to figure out what the hell is going on. The few that got the ashes, we trying to figure it because they're so far ahead. We still ashes trying to figure out what's going on. So we got to be creative and build and educate. We got to be. Next bullet point. All right, that's my word. We have to organize, galvanize, mobilize black people to be a model in their community. Now, I'm gonna go with that, right? Not just talking about that. What I mean is, if you tell somebody they need to get a business, well, you should have a business already started. If you telling somebody that you need to do this, that, and other, you should be already doing that, trying to do that, or connect them for them to do it together. We talk too much. We just have to do it. Nike did one thing good for the black community. Said, just do it. We should have ran with that slogan. We just gotta do it. Stop talking about it. Y'all can't see what your black church is doing? Talking about it. Can't see what all these black leaders doing? They just talking about it. They gotta go out there. They got the money. They got to sit down, they gotta think, determine what to do. The weakest of the black community focus on. Point blank. If you know education to the black community, focus on that. If you know they need clinics, focus on that. If you know they need businesses, focus on that. It don't make that, it don't take that hard, take the rocket science to realize what's going on. How far we willing to go? You gotta realize a lot of we gotta go gravy train and whatever with truck we already have and stuff. Soon when it don't look too good, the AC not working no more. People gonna complain and what have you. The police might come mess with you like they did Jay. Everybody running don't want to be a part of it. You gotta stick for the long haul, bro. This a long ride. It's a long ride to freedom. You gotta remember how we started, right? We were the great people. And Kemet there way back, thousands years ago, right? With all the different dynasties and all these great periods of time in Africa, and how it just flipped with the Europeans, with the Caucasus invasions and the Arabs and the Asians, right? Mm-hmm. And then what I did with the 14 and 1500s of them come out of the dark ages attacking, getting that's before. before when
Arab was first.
when the Pope told Emperor Roman
Constantine.
to ordained that Christianity be the religion of all people and start Spain them and just go conquer the world, particularly Africa and stuff. You know, name of Jesus killing us in the ship named Jesus, right?
But slavery was ordained by the Pope.
Correct. So, you know, and the situation we in right now and where we at, and we understand these great periods, understand what slavery, where we at now, and what we asking for. People fought for all this. None of us given to us, right? And slavery had a revolt. Didn't even make them think about in slavery because it was hurting their pockets. Along the turn problem to heaven and whatnot, you know, because the people don't really understand about Civil War. Abraham Lincoln did nothing for us. He was a racist. What happened was the North wasn't getting no money off it. The North could harvest crops in the North. It was too cold. The South needed all the money. The little money was given. The money was given. The North was like, man, we eating all this. And then you had the slave revolt. Then you had the white man named John Brown said, hell with this. We believe in humanity. Black people should be free. They're human. We kicked all that out, you know what I'm saying? And then when the white folks like, we lose the money, slaves running. North said, we ain't getting no money. We got to shut this down. And then we forget why slavery in anyway. Industrial Revolution age was kicking in.
They needed us to work in their factories.
Come on now. We gotta read. And then he went on with the war thing, kill all this, but it was about money, y'all.
World War II.
And what Ed was trying to do is stop the banks from controlling the war because the banks creating the money. And you know, when you're going to mess with them banks, you know how that get. It get dangerous. And at the same time, white people still inherently racist. And people be, the Republicans, they wanted slaves free and blah, blah. They get a little light credit for wanting that, but look at their motives and intentions. But let's get to my point and let these brothers take over. We earned everything. We earned everything from voting. From fair wage, we still know it's not fair. From the basic opportunity of decent housing, we know that ain't all the way fair. But it's much better than it was then. They have businesses. Black people fought for that. To be able to be in a position of power, and they fought for it, even though they still powerless to a certain degree. They got a little political power, got a little influence. We fought for that. But the point is, and what I'm trying to say is, we have to organize, galvanize, and mobilize black people to do for self and to make sure that they be a model in community. Whereas if you're talking about what we should do, you should be doing it, or a network of people to be doing it. We just talk too much. We have to create opportunities for black people and jobs, funding and what have you. We can do this, but we don't believe in each other. We don't understand the significance of living by example than words. I don't know, my people. OC, I'm gonna let you come on there.
Yeah, no, that's all facts. You know what I mean? We gotta live by example. You know, I'm gonna say that again and again and again, because like we always say, it's way too much talking going on. You know, way too much of the barbershop talking, way too much of people not doing nothing. You know what I mean? Like we really got to get it in. You know, in many different ways, not just on one point. You know what I'm saying? So like I would say on our perspectives, you know. So if you're good with computers, we need people to get in with computers or hacking, you know, like whatever we need, you know what I'm saying? We need everything. We need people to really put in that work, you know what I'm saying, on our perspectives, you know. So But really having like a front, even a military front, we know everybody is not fit for actually being on some type of military front for our people, but you definitely are good at other things. You know what I'm saying? So like us as a people, we need it all. There's so many different talents in our community, you know. So like me first getting introduced to the so-called conscious community, you know, is just the fact of like, man, we got so many different intellectual people. We got so many different like speakers and beautiful different minds and things like that. But all these people, you mean to tell me we can't come together and do something? Like then we got these different debates and different things. I'm like, okay, usually after a debate you bring something to a table, what I'm saying, as a people. But it just turned into like a whole entertainment thing, like it's battle rap or something. What I'm saying? So like I'm really about really people making moves. So that's why I will only post, different people or highlight different organizations that's actually putting in work, so people, because people need to see that, what I'm saying? And hopefully that will inspire someone to get out there and do some work too, So, but yeah, I agree. I agree with everything you said, brother. Both of y'all. But yeah.
Y'all two, y'all hit it on the head. So I ain't even gonna really, beat a dead horse. But I just got a message to my black brothers and sisters. At this time, you must stand up for your people. And we're not talking to the ones that don't want to hear or don't want to learn. We're talking to the ones that been sitting here for the last 2 hours with us. We talking to the ones that want to see change, that's willing to put in the work. So, brothers and sisters, do whatever it is you feel is best for your family. Work on yourselves because we can't keep chasing our tails and not make too much progress. So, work on ourselves individually so we could, like I said earlier, have these positive, more better interactions with each other because it starts at home. It starts with interacting with your family better, figuring out how y'all destiny is gonna be, what y'all plans are, how can y'all cut y'all expenses, how can y'all love each other better. And then you'll be able to step outside of that home to be able to interact with your neighbor. And then y'all neighbors or y'all community will be able to interact more positively with the next community. And before you know it, we'll have a nation. But you can't build a nation if we don't start individually. So yes, you do have to be that role model, brothers and sisters. Men, you need to be strong. You need to be versed in the areas that best suit you so you can become the leader in your specific area. Don't step out of your lane. Everybody got their own lane. That goes for vice versa. Sisters, we need y'all to stand up. I believe that movie Shy or Chicago, whatever it was called by Spike Lee, was a very, even though it was a corny movie, it was very monumental in trying to explain something that the women actually hold a lot more power than they maybe realize. We forgot that the world or the throne back in Africa used to be handed down and passed down through the woman. You know what I'm saying? And we need y'all to stand up too as well. Because a lot of what we do is to make y'all happy. So when y'all standing up and y'all ain't accepting no nothing less than a strong black man, than somebody who wanna, we ain't gonna have no choice but to be that Nat Turner or be that MLK or be that Martin Luther King or whoever. You know what I'm saying? So my message to y'all is to just stand up for yourselves individually so these dominoes could roll over and pick each other up so we could be standing strong. Because what they did was they knocked us down a long time ago and we've been laying. But if we just start to stand up one by one, before we know it, we'll look at everybody and realize that we're all right. That we do have solid foundations once we actually start from zero. It start from none. But you can't be talking about 200, 3,000, 5,000 if you ain't work on this zero. You know what I'm saying? And man, that's all I really wanted to touch on, man. Just to, give whoever could hear that message and have the strength to become a better individual, man. Do what you do, man. Brothers and sisters, man. It's not just the men. I'm counting on the sisters, cause if I saw a Harriet Tubman out there, I'm running too. You know what I'm saying? Even more quicker than if I seen some other people. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna stand up for y'all too, sisters. For real, for real.
Powerful, man. I like that.
Or
I like that. That brother be spitting jewels. Now you can't sleep on him though. I 7 bullet punk will be encouraged team play. I see somebody said something like I'm not quote it, but somebody was talking about just being on one card or what have you. I think that was Geneva. She said we got to get our people on a card. You know what I'm saying? She said one card, but the point that I'm trying to get the OC back to piece of the guy. When we talk about the 7 bullet point, man, encourage team play, it's important that we work together. And it don't have to always be in business. It can be with ideas. It can be coming together and figuring out what's really, really going on. What we doing? I never knew this brother. And I didn't know it was OC. This brother I watched this brother video, a whole hour video, right?
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about a situation with NFAC. And I don't know, a month later, he in my mentions, and I check him out, how he was communicating. He's positive. So me and the brother was changing information. I shot him email. Look what we at now, months later, a month or two later.
Mm-hmm.
Same with OC, you know what I'm saying? I watched most of OC videos, most of Grandma's videos of OC channel. I thought he was associate,
Mm-hmm.
what have you. But the brother was like us, right? OC jumped on in the mentions. I hit OC up, and that's how we got this trio going on. This trio was something that was homegrown from the ground up. I trust this brother in my house and everything. And I don't know, man, the moon, but I believe the Most High, the Most God gonna take care of me.
Wait, now let him come pick me up from my house, from my front door. You talking about? So
anyway, I'm just saying,
So,
it's just the fact that that's how bad we want all of us. The team play, encourage team play. That's how bad we want to reach the people. And guess what? We got some sideline stuff we're talking about on the business side. So we already there, y'all. We trying to bring y'all on board. I don't care if you live in New York, MIA, Phoenix, Denver, Oregon. I don't care. I see somebody looking for they're looking for likewise minds, right? But the network, I see somebody said the mentions looking for like-minded minds that can help them come together and blah, blah, blah. That's good. But if you tune into any one of our channels, somebody from your city or area that you probably can network with. We have to do this. White people, I see them get into it all the time, but guess what? To take us down, they'll come together for us. So I'm gonna just say that right quick, because a lot of stuff is picking back into our original bullet punch, but I'm gonna let one of y'all take over with encouraging team play.
I like going after OC. He be doing this thing too, man. I keep the same rotation, man. Like we passing the blunt. Don't get out of rotation, man.
Like, yeah, you don't want to do that, man. You can get ahead of it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, but straight up though, like that and being encouraging, like I'm all for like building at the end of the day. I'm always reaching out to people, you know what I'm saying, seeing what they're about. and encouraging people like, yo, I see what you're doing, keep going. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, like, how can we build? You know what I'm saying? So, that's my biggest thing right now. It's just building a whole unity piece. I'm like, really, how can we build? You know what I'm saying? Because I know it's something that we could connect on. You know, so like, man, I've been doing that for like kind of hard, like for a good month. That's one of the reasons why I reached out to YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, what's up? You know what I mean? We on the same page when it comes to some certain things. Like, what can we do? Like, how can we? No matter if we have to build a platform, we have to have our own CNN or something like that, and just do it the black way. You know what I mean? Because it's so many different ways that we can get the ball rolling on different ends. So I know it's a bunch of talented black conscious individuals out there. We just got to tie it all together. So I want to be one of the ones that can help tie everything together. You know what I mean? And it's real easy to reach out to people just due to social media. You know what I'm saying? So we like I love for people to encourage me because sometimes I'll be on some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Then people put me back in line like, hey, keep going. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay out there and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We all need the encouragement. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I say even for everybody in the chat right now that are just watching, you know what I mean? Like we all have a talent and ability to really make things happen. So don't think that you're too old or you're too young or you can't do it no more. Like I know you got something in you just to be on it, just to click on this video, just to be watching it. You have something burning inside of you that I know for a fact that you want to do. You know what I mean? Just reach out to people to help you get it out. You know what I mean? Sometimes we just need a smaller team, surround ourselves around like-minded people, to really make things happen how we want it to happen. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like that's important, that have a team around you that can encourage you to do what you need to do. Because I ain't gonna lie, it be hard sometimes. It's so many things around us, dealing with the police and just negative people around you. You know what I mean? Like relationships, women, and stuff like that. Is all types of stuff that could take us like out of here, like with our minds. But just to have people that can encourage us to keep going, doing what we need to do, that's important. You know what I mean? So for real. All right, I'm gonna pass the ball to you, brother.
Hey
I'm gonna hit
man, that's why I can appreciate you, bro, cause or both of y'all, because I see that y'all motives are not aligned with chasing no bag. You gotta
I'm trying that bag, but like this.
not in the sense of I'm not trying to help my people. You know, OC, bro, you got a lot of followers on your jump. You got not followers, you got a lot of subscribers on your page. And sometimes when they feel like they up there, they better than the little man on their little platform or than the average person. I done tried to deal with some people on platforms and some people even got blue checks. And it was fugazi when I got to dealing with them. And it almost hurt my heart trying to fight for my brothers and sisters out here because I tried to reach out to a lot of people who was, or at least I thought was doing something, and they ended up letting me down, so to speak. And I just want to pay homage to you, both of y'all, because y'all doing y'all thing, and y'all selfless with it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all selfless with it. Y'all not just you right here trying to build on our channel when you could be trying to make a video that do 100,000 views. And we out here trying to talk to our people and not caring who here. We just worried about the people that's coming to sit down. That's going to take our words and translate it to their life the next day. That's the whole point of this. We not here just hooting and hollering and celebrating. There's really a purpose to this. And hopefully somebody catch up. That's why I did the little lounge joint on my live the other day and was like, you know what, bro, this the TBTN lounge, bro. Everybody here while we waiting for the updates. Y'all just get to know each other. Shout your cities out in the chat and start to connect. How about everybody post their email right now? You know what I'm saying? So we could actually get the ball rolling because we behind the curve. And I just wanted to say I appreciate y'all, man, formally, man, for real.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. For real. Look, the next bullet point will be the 9th bullet or 8th bullet point. Never accept no I can't. Challenge yourself. A lot of times we'll call it quits as soon as we think about it. As soon as we try, we run across some kind of shortcoming or obstacle. A lot of times we can say I can't. Somebody might be saying, Midge, go do this, OC, go do that, or Bro Zulu, you can do this. Oh man, I can't. It's like we have to know how to challenge ourselves. A person tell you go do this, you know if you can do it or not. A lot of time, we as a people, we have a lazy mindset when it comes out of certain things. And especially when it comes out of challenges, so you gotta really think and use your brain. So you always moving and doing and not thinking about things. That's when a lot of mishaps take place.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you get complacent and accept your situation. Napoleon Hill, Think Grow Rich, and Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, he said that you have to fail to succeed. But you will never know if you don't never try. And the reason why you may fail sometimes you go into areas you don't really even know about, you're unfamiliar with. What you're supposed to learn as you go. When Solomon wrote down the wise man and the fool, the one who's gonna learn gonna be wise. The one who don't learn is the fool. And a lot of times we don't realize that none beats a failure but a try. So we don't never try to change our situation. We never try to make our situation better. We never really focus on what we can do to turn our can't or won't into I can or I will. We could never really progress. The biggest problem with anybody, not just black people, with anybody, we don't know how to get out of our own way. But similar to black people, we don't know how to get out of our own way. We are our worst enemy. Outside of naysayers and the haters, we don't want to be always doubting, scared, wondering. You can't be like that. This world is too damn competitive. It's too damn hard. When you're sitting around, find a reason to get mad, and your reason might be valid. When you point one finger at you, 3 fingers pointing back at you, what you gonna do about it? A lot of time, we take for granted the littlest things. The littlest things that probably can bring you a world of prosperity. We just put the little small things in place and build off it. Turn it, I can, I won't, all that other stuff. Turn around and say, I can, I will. Stop saying I never. We can do this. Believe me, we can do it.
Go ahead, bro. What happened? You letting the blunt burn?
I was on. Yeah, I was just put on mute. I thought somebody. Yeah, but yeah, like straight up. You know what I'm saying? So like, pretty much everything that you said, brother. Like when it comes to like just really, because my mind is on the next point. We're really having patience with our people. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that's very important even when it comes to ourselves.
Talk about that. Talk about the bullet. Bring it up and talk about it.
Yeah, now just catch up.
He just catch up.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, you know, like we really have to be patient, like with everything that's going on. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's a challenge. It's a challenge really when it comes to our people. So reason why I say we gotta have patience with ourselves because like you said, we are our own worst enemy. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to like these different challenges that's out there, when it comes to really making things happen. So I know for a lot of our people, time and time again, when it comes to working with our people, it's so many mishaps that could come into play. There's so many different people that's making excuses not to do this, not to do that. You know what I mean? So really, we really got to be patient. Like I feel like both of those points kind of tying together. You know what I mean? So it's not necessarily saying no, like I can't do this or something like that, because you can. Like not everything is easy. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be hard. As a matter of fact, if it was easy, we wouldn't even respect it like that. You know what I mean? So if it's challenging, if it's hard, then that's something that you should push yourself to do, you know, in order to make things happen. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like everything's is supposed to be a challenge, really. So we got to be patient with ourselves to know that we are, going to push through and do it. We got to be patient with other people as well. You know what I mean? When it comes to, making things happen, so not too many people is going to come around just like that or even understand it like how you understand it. So it may take time for some people to come around. It, it may take time for things to happen. It may not be your time at that moment. You know what I'm saying? But like for everything, you should be able to push through, keep going, and then, watch the magic happen. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful thing. I didn't see a lot of beautiful things happen to people that just keep their eyes on, the prize. So it could take 2 months, 3 months, it could take 3 years. You know what I mean? As long as you keep doing your passion, you stay passionate about it, you be around people that's gonna push you, you know what I mean? Then yeah, I feel like any good idea should be pushed. You know what I'm saying? And don't say no to, you know. But yeah, that's what it is, man.
Word, man. Patience is very important because we got to understand that we didn't get here overnight. Our brothers and sisters, our ancestors, our guys and goddesses, they fought for hundreds of years defending that fort. They didn't, the European, the Arab didn't just come snap their fingers and we put the cuffs on. We defended that land with them bows and arrows, whatever, however primitive you want to call it. We defended that land for a long time. So pay that respect to understand that this fight ain't gonna be quick. That this getting back to being, even if you hit the lotto today, it ain't gonna be, your life ain't gonna be fixed overnight. Know that you're gonna have some work to do. You're gonna have some relationship building to do. It's not just gonna be the snap of a finger. Jeff Bezos didn't create Amazon in one day and then worth 100 billion. It took him time to do that. Took him calculated moves, calculated risks, proper planning. So we gotta understand that if we really wanna get over the hill, get to the top of the mountain, get to a better way of life, make our life better, our situation better, we're gonna have to put in the time and effort. And people always want to talk junk, man. A lot was done since last year, since Ahmaud Arbery was taken from us. But you know why? Cause Grandmaster Jay got on the ground, boots on the ground, and called you to a purpose. So remember that example when you out here. That it takes time. You gotta be boots on the ground. You gotta have patience. You gotta have unconditional love. And it's not just gonna happen just like that. If you wanted to fix your credit, it's not gonna happen in 30 days. If you did something today, paid off a debt today, they're not gonna report it for another 15 or 30 days. So just understand that this building, it takes time. And because our energy has been usurped from us, that a lot of us don't have the time. And that's why we're here today. That's why I appreciate the universe. I appreciate the Most High for affording me the opportunity to talk to y'all on YouTube. To come here and sit down with my brother. If I had to worry about my next check all day, every day, living check to check, I wouldn't have not 1 minute for y'all because my time would be focused on trying to survive. So that's why it is my duty. The lady asked me when I had my other channel, I'm working with the kids, why are you out here? I said, ma'am, I'm supposed to be out here helping you, helping our community. We just so backwards. In the microwave game, the microwave mentality, like Major said, we take so much for granted. Half of us don't know what it is to not have no lights, no water. To have to go hike up a mountain to go bring your water back. To go shoot down your food and skin it to come back. We take a lot of stuff for granted. Even that house you want, it takes time to be built. And if you want to achieve the American dream, the way that they give it to you, it's going to take your whole life. And that's a lot of time. And it might take your life in that process. So just remember these things when you out here moving so you can make better decisions that aid towards your future and that don't take you off your square and take you out the game ASAP early. Because that's what we don't want.
We have to remember it took over 40-some years in the shaping of the black people we see today that we may criticize, we may complain about, we may even disassociate from. And we have to remember this brainwashing, this massive manipulation, deception wasn't something that was did overnight. It was over 40-some years, and probably a little longer than that. But the point is, we have to be patient and determined to focus on the prize and achieving the ultimate goal of true liberation and justice. Because we have to build. This won't change until we build. If we don't build, we're going to be doing the same thing 100 years from now, saying the same old thing our grandkids or great-grandkids are going to be doing. The time is now to stand up. The time is now to make a difference in our community. As much as we talk about the police violence that happens to us every day, there's a lot of nonsense going on in our community where we don't even dress like talking about it. Mm-hmm. And it's equally as bad. So we don't put our best foot forward and make it change. We're going to be doing what everybody else been doing, talking. I was there. Huh?
My fault. Go ahead.
Oh, go, my brother. My bad.
I was about to say, man, like I'd be damned if my grandchildren are saying the exact same thing that I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like that, I can't see that, man. I'll be damned. You know what I mean? Like we really got to do something now because I would hate for even my daughter to be my age saying the same thing I'm saying, or her children and children's children all saying the exact same thing. You know what I mean? We supposed to be progressing. You know what I mean? Like from quote unquote slavery back in the day. You know, Rich, I like to say the people that was kidnapped or whatnot and used against their will from back in the day. You're supposed to be progressing to some way better. You know what I mean? So yeah, we gotta get it together. It's a must. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a must to get it together. You know, our grandchildren shouldn't be talking like this. Like and it's already crazy that we looking in the past right now and we seeing some of the exact same things that our grandfathers did. You know what I mean? So it's gotta stop. It's gotta stop. You know what I mean?
That's why we're having this conversation tonight. We're trying to bring all this to head. We're trying to call out every black person that loves black people and desire true change. Not just holding the government accountable for all they wrong, holding ourselves accountable for us allowing it happen to us and we doing it to ourselves. This is a very serious situation. Our last and final bullet point is build with positive and productive vibrations. Radiate and rub off on everyone and everything. We have to build with positive and productive vibrations. Radiate and rub off on everyone and everything. We have to have that positive soul, that positive spirit. We have to let black people know we love them. Not always verbally, through our actions. We have to shine, let the sun come up at 6 in the morning and shine and radiate, and we feel that heat. You know, we have to send them positive vibrations. We gotta rub on each other. We gotta let it rub off. I touched this brother. He touched that brother touched that sister touched that sister, and it just spread like an epidemic, like the coronavirus. When it spread, this love of positivity and productivity. We have to make positive moves with a definition and meaning what we're doing. We're just not trying to have a business or schools to have it. We're trying to create jobs. We're trying to educate, whether the hospital or whatever. We have to do that.
Hey yo, I like that one. You say let black power spread like coronavirus. Ooh, that's a bar. That's a straight bar. You know what I'm saying? Like, but for real though, like, I mean, what coronavirus took out like what's that, 500,000 people? You know what I'm saying? So let's just think we had 500,000, melanated people really down for the cause, really actually putting things into work, into fruition. You know what I'm saying? Like 500,000 people really building tangible things, you know what I mean, to get us free, to get us where we need to be, you know. So I feel like we are trendy people as well. You know, they making a lot of money off of the things that we do, you know. So I mean, Black Power, we can make that a real trend. You know what I'm saying? Like we can make anything a trend. We can make anything catchy, with like I like the agenda with putting things in our music. You know what I mean? Putting things in movies. Having like a conscious everything. And just making it hip. Just making people really feel it. You know what I'm saying? Because all of that is needed. Especially when it comes to like even in the tribal sense. We had music and war music and stuff like that then to get people going. So we need all of that, even stories, from books to shows and different things to keep our mind focused on the right things. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that was fire. I'm gonna have to, hey, nobody take that. You know what I'm saying? I may make up a rap and put that up in there, make Black Power spread like coronavirus. You know what I mean?
Say, see, look at Just Be Black became a thing that,
Yeah.
Jay started, everybody's saying it. So that's a clear example what you were talking about.
One thing I just wanted to touch on about the positive vibes and the positive radiation, like that's why for the most part, I'm not perfect, but I try to have nothing but positivity for anybody that steps to me, especially on my platform. Unless you in my face with the negativity, you know what I'm saying? I try to de-escalate if it's possible, you know what I mean? But as far as like, the trolls and all that, and even in person, like, I don't want to ever leave off from a conversation and they feel ill towards me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you always want to be that shining beacon of light. And one thing about it, like if you think about sometimes people that get taken advantage of a lot or that got good open hearts, you look at them in a different light. And especially when they go through struggle, sometimes you be like, damn, I wish they didn't go through that because they're such a good person. And if we just continue to be that great person, more people will effectively be counting on us. And it's like, even if let's say we off camera, and I tell you about some BS I'm doing, that might make you lose a little bit of respect for me as far as the type of individual, how solid or the esteem that you had for me. If y'all can understand what I'm saying is when ain't nobody gonna listen to you or rock with you in the leading way if you're not that person. If you're not that radiant, vibrant person that could raise up someone's vibrations, and when they look at you, you're really up there, and it's not just a facade. You know, some people have found out how to actually how to just look good, trying to help the community to get to the bag.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I have a YouTube channel and I'm monetized, bro, listen, some of y'all people that got these big platforms, y'all getting too much money. Put it to this way: if they pay me $25 to $50 off one of my little videos, and y'all got them 100, 200, 300,000, 300,000 views, I know y'all getting big money, and y'all dropping 2-3 videos a day, 10 videos a week. Y'all could do some stuff for the community, man. You know what I'm saying? So just people, y'all continue to be, radiant, continue to be vibrant, and realize that, we had the school, the Timbuktu school that was putting out Jesuses when you graduated. And the reason, only one was remembered or propagated, for other, propaganda reasons. But the Jesus was loved by the world, if that's what you want to believe in, quote unquote, because of that person that he was, no matter who he was around. And you could learn from that example on an allegorical level of being that righteous person, no matter what environment you're in. And that's really just the point of that, man. And don't allow nobody to take you off your square, and stand in what you believe in at all times, no matter what.
We'll see you good.
All facts, all facts. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, man. Yeah, I mean, in a minute we're gonna have to roll up another one. You know what I'm
Look, we gonna go through some comments. I'm just
I
picking
gotta get
randomly
back
and
to the
whatnot before we
crib.
close. It was a beautiful, beautiful show. Was there to really like get the and this what I want to say. I think what he was just saying as well as OC. Do what you call positive vibration. All three of us are flowing positive vibration. Now we're gonna go through some of these mentions. I see a lot of these mentions are positive. Some of them are kind of like questions, but the vibrations instinct, that's what we need all the time. For real. So Security said, get in where you fit as long as it's about being a part of the black cause, but no one being left behind or hungry. That's what's up. That's what's up. Real talk.
Some of these comments had me puzzled. I'm like, are you a supporter or are you on the fence? Or do I need to block you?
Robbie, it's a matter of discipline. We begin to teach the youth that it's easy to build a strong black nation. Right.
Man, y'all hit that like and subscribe button, man.
Yeah, do that.
Y'all go to OC Great TV, man. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Go to Talk Black to Me Radio, hit that subscribe button. If you want to stay connected with all three of us brothers on our different platforms, man, go ahead and reach out to us, via email, via the comments on our channel. We all respond to all the comments. We're not like these other Hollywood platforms, man. So much love and respect to y'all.
Please share, subscribe. If you do the channel, the notification button for any latest content, and of course, subscribe to these brothers. They really in the fight, trying to definitely bless y'all with wisdom and knowledge, as well as try to mobilize something real.
Mm-hmm.
Virginia said blacks are the most talented and gifted people there is. Look at our history and how much we discovered, and the whites have taken credit.
It's a
Nah,
fact.
what Frank? What Frank was you talking about?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like some of the comments be comedy to me. I mean, I just it be making me laugh, yo. Like I appreciate when people make me laugh, like for real. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it just take a lot, you know. So like I appreciate everybody. It's hilarious. No matter what some of y'all say, it's funny.
Shout
I
out
mean,
to the haters.
We gotta definitely address what he just said right here. I've been wanting to get to him clean black, whatever that is, niggas. Good evening, Grandma. Just a good nation building plan. We just need to gather and be patient, ask more questions so we can learn from him. Good night, brothers and sisters. Look, this the problem I have with that. Everybody keep waiting on Grandmaster J. He already told you what you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
What you have to do. You keep waiting on Grandma. He gave what you think the morning mental. In fact, it will feel for to educate you. Not waiting on him. You got a plan, gonna bring the plan out. But why we can't sit down and plan and talk about some of the things you talking about and move? I always said one mind is better than
And
two
two
minds is better
minds.
than one, and two minds, three. I said,
2 minds better than 1. 3 minds better than 2.
more than three. So, all due respect to the general, you know what I'm saying? We know, he deserves his homage. You know what I'm saying? Right now, he's going to something legally.
But he done told us. He told us stop sitting on your butts. He told us not one man can't say the whole country, say the world, bro. You know what I'm saying? And he giving us the blueprint, family.
That's all. That's all.
You know, if something pop off in Kenosha, and he always, in Atlanta or Ohio, wherever, if something pop off in New York, what you think he's supposed to get on the plane, get on Instagram, get on YouTube, or send out a mass text message and send everybody to New York? It don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? And like we just can't be so lazy depending on one man. You know what I'm saying? He doing the best he can to support us and to give us this wisdom. He being silenced right now. So it's up to people like us to pick up the batons in our own areas until he come back to carry us over the hump.
All right.
I mean, what's wrong with having like many different leaders? You know what I mean? Like it's like even in history, the black nation, we had tons of leaders. You know what I mean? And we should all be able to collaborate at some point. So like there was many different tribes. There was many different chiefs. You know what I mean? So you should be able to, even if you have like so many critiques about an organization, build your own organization, and get out there and make things move. You know what I'm saying? So like we could all do stuff together, but we shouldn't be just waiting on one person to make things happen. Like you could get out there yourself. You know what I mean? You got the same ability that everybody else does. You know what I'm saying? So you could do something, you know. You know what I
And be
mean?
proud for that. We've been already approved rubber stamp by Grandmaster J. He didn't watch all our content. He knew how we talking, what's going on. We all in alignment with a lot of his ideas and whatnot. So don't get it twisted. We just trying to do our part because that's the problem now. The leadership is not coming together. A lot of people are trying to do things different. We stand, all three of us is already in cahoots. So I just hope y'all understand we doing. We doing what Jay said we should do. And before Jay, it was the Malcolms, of the world and what have you know what I'm saying? The Farrakhan's of the world. So the Marcus Garvey's of the world. We had people that was already speaking like this. So the brother did something spectacular by informing people being on and representing and demanding justice. But I don't see where we have to just wait.
And that's what the government wants you to do. You know what I'm saying? The government wants you to not do nothing on your end, on your side of the game, on your side of the field. You know what I'm saying? Because they working on their side of the field. So for anybody that's waiting on the brother, you know, the system is working hard to try to silence and stop him. They're not gonna stop the movement. So, you know, you gotta light the fire under your butt. You know what I'm saying? And his YouTube's still up. So a lot of and what I'm learning about being on YouTube, the stuff we're doing is actual work that you can reflect upon. So go back and decode some of the messages if you have to, if that's what you need to move forward. We don't have to just wait, you know, for the brother to speak again. We still watching some of Malcolm X's speeches, some of his messages from all the greats from back in the day. So if you need some information or something, you don't have to necessarily wait. Go dig in, go open up the YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Go back to some of the morning mentals from back in the day, some of them facts over feelings. Go to look at how he was breaking down this very book right here. He broke down this very book right here. And that's history right there. That is history, live history in the making, in the live right now. And that's why a lot of us appreciate the messages so much and want and miss it so bad. So I understand how you feel and how you miss the message, but work with what we got right now, you know, for what he gave us right now. You know what I'm saying? And do the best that we can on our side. You know what I'm saying? So when he come back to the field, he could be proud of how the field look. And one thing about it, you know, if we all living in a house, you know, and somebody running the house, if they leave the house and they come back to the house and everything is just a mess, they're not gonna be proud of how to, you know, make Grandmaster Jay proud of everything that he done did and tried to give to us and gave to us. So don't just sit back and don't do nothing. Sit on your hands. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Go to them gun shops. Go get your arms up. Go ahead, train if you had to on your own. Go get them gladiator bodies. Go to the gym. Work out. Read your books. Get your books down. Chancellor Williams, Destruction of the Black Civilization. You know what I'm saying? Meditate. Honor Africa. These are all the things that you continue to do. You know what I'm saying? On your end of the field, man. Go ahead, man.
7 said, truth or see, patience is key for our people. We make excuses for getting that dollar. I did. Retired now. Retired. Now what? I said, boo-hoo to young blacks' future. I don't know if I say that right. Who the young blacks' future do I ditch in? I'm decided to ditch in. You know what that means. All right, sister. All right. Roland Cole, my bro. First and foremost, salam to you. We commit gods to build a strong and sustainable community. We must remove the weak structure and replace it with indestructible foundation of black love. Of course, you know, I know you came into it kind of a little later on live. We kind of touched on all of that. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate those powerful words. We definitely need sisters and brothers to definitely replace that weak structure with black, strong, powerful love. Recorder, what's up, my man? Peace, shalom. I had lost a future in this country. I had started investing, building a home, a board, thing to you, all keys. I want to do my part here for my children, for my kids and their generation. Yeah, record for sure, man. Definitely, man. Definitely. I see D Marie in the building. What's up? How you doing? Glenda, I see you. I want to see this girl right here. Europe Hernandez. Now I don't know the Europe come. We about to find out. I got a black person.
Yeah, Penanda.
Europe.
Nah, yeah, Penanda might have to get on through.
This generation is going to make history like never before. Uniting and focusing is the key. There are so many distractions. Staying focused is the key. Right.
Okay. I guess we'll leave him alone.
Hey, you get a pass.
Yeah, you get a 2-day pass, bro.
Make fun of that man.
The pass only good for today, bro. You got to check you next time at the gate.
What's up, Shamika? Peace. Get our minds back and think. Right. Look, y'all, it's late. I got all my brothers and sisters up like this. I apologize. But, you know, once we get this ball rolling, we don't know how to stop. You know what I'm saying?
You used to talk junk to me when I streamed for 3 hours, and look at you.
I got 2 hard hitters with me, man. 3 hard hitters. I had to make sure we get an hour piece.
Yeah.
For those I haven't shut out, y'all know I love y'all. Y'all already know I'm always hollering at y'all in the missions. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all share this video. Y'all like this video.
Yeah, my bad for hopping in and out. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this detox thing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, well, I understand.
Crazy. Yeah.
See that one.
Hey, health is wealth, man. Health is wealth. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he be having troll accounts.
Yeah,
he a good follower. You know what I'm
saying? not anymore, but I thank y'all for everything. Y'all really. I thank y'all for everything. I appreciate all the love and support. I thank both of these brothers for coming on the channel again, and definitely showing love. I really appreciate that. Y'all stay tuned. OC got a lot to say. Talk Black got a lot to say, and of course, me and T got a lot to say. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what's going on. Thank you. Y'all stay focused, stay on cold, and just be black. Peace.
Yeah. Peace to the God.